San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Aggies. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott was named as a nominee for the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award, given to players who demonstrate the qualities of on-field sportsmanship. Cowboys defensive back Deron Bland named as the NFC's Offensive Player of the Week. First time in his career for that award. And the Spurs return to action tonight, looking to stop a 9-game losing streak. They take it on number 2, and the Clippers again. 7 o'clock tip-off from the Frost Bank Center.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
Hit me again, pledge.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Here we go.
Hump day.
Here we go.
Day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Wait.
I've been practicing all day with my my 2 grandkids.
All right, wait. But we're doing it wrong.
Why?
Well, normally we hear the camel and then you.
Yeah,
not
but I'm
you
excited.
and then the camel.
I'm excited.
I mean, that was
Now,
a
are you
premature.
sure? Are you sure that was me, or
Well,
it wasn't the camel?
Well, since you were talking over it, I'm guessing that was the camel. But I mean, you can't have a premature hump day.
Nobody knows for sure.
Everybody knows.
Have you ever had a premature hump day? I love that camel.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir. Yes, sir.
Are the grandkiddos listening?
No, but
Why not?
I was practicing. Well, I don't know if they are or not. I doubt it. But
What do you mean
were,
you doubt it?
I was practicing with them all morning long.
Were you?
Absolutely. So make sure that I had it down, pat.
Were they doing it with you?
No, they weren't, but they were laughing.
Well, because they thought you were an idiot.
They think I'm an idiot.
I
yes.
mean, look, there's nothing wrong with that. I just hope that the grandkids are listening. They're in from Colorado. One of them got to go to the meat store today over at Tri-County Meat Market.
Met all the fine folks there at
Uh-huh.
Tri-County Meat Market. Had a good time.
Yeah,
So that was good.
that's good.
Yeah.
Did she do hump day for Joe and Brian and the boys over there?
No. She didn't, nor did I.
You did?
I should have. I didn't think about it.
I mean, you haven't gotten to the point where somebody sees you in public and says, "Come on, Joe, give me one."
No.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
They should, though. I mean, hey, if you see me in public, I'm happy to do it.
Unless his wife is with him.
No, I'll do it then, too.
I don't think she'll let you.
She knows I'm an idiot.
Well,
so it's
but I
okay.
mean, she's not going to let you do that.
It's good.
Don't do that to Maggie.
I'll do it to her.
Yeah, I mean, you told me about the look she gave you on the beach when you called in from Mexico. Don't do it.
I tell you, man, that was funny as hell. It wasn't just her. It was everybody around there like, boy, that dude's drunk early.
Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Hump day.
I can't tell which was which.
Exactly. You can't. That should be a contest.
It should be.
Which is the camel and which is Joe?
I tell you, speaking of contests that have nothing to do with camels or Joes,
That's too bad.
the Rolling Stones have announced a 2024 World Tour
Nice.
that will kick off April 28th, which is my wife's birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Energy Stadium in Houston.
Uh-huh.
So a Sunday night with the Rolling Stones. In pure marketing genius, much more marketing genius than a camel screaming hump day.
I
The
don't think so.
Rolling Stones 2024 tour is presented by AARP.
Of course it is. Of course it is. That's genius.
Now I wonder if individual songs will also have sponsors.
Well, they should. Although the Rolling Stones don't need the money, but I mean, if you can get it, you might as well.
You know, when you stop touring at that age, you die.
Sure.
And they want to keep on going. Mick Jagger is 80. Keith Richards is 79 years old.
That's
Ronnie
wrong.
Wood is 76. Bill Wyman, 87.
Keith Richards was 79 50 years ago.
Dude, I've told you my Keith Richards story.
That
I
dude,
mean,
yes.
I mean, but just think about, Gimme Shelter. As they roll into that, brought to you by A Place for Mom.
That would be good.
Now, we were joking in the office earlier. For Viagra, would that be Start Me Up or I Can't Get No Satisfaction?
I think Start Me Up.
Start Me Up?
What Viagra does. Start you up.
But what if you can't get no satisfaction?
Well, that's your problem. Then you're walking around with a bulge in your pants and then nowhere to go.
Wow. Pledge thinks that Paint It Black should be brought to you by Depends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't you hear me knocking?
By Belltone, right?
Man. They do have a song called Get Off My Cloud, which for this tour they'll rewrite for Get Off My Lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Perfect. Sponsored by Joe Reinagel.
Yes. Yes. They've got so many songs. As you just go through their catalog and how you could now rewrite them to fit old people.
You could,
And
right?
Look, they're taking the money from AARP, so they're opening themselves up to this.
I think it's genius because who's going to be in the audience? Most people are going to be over 50. Right? So, and looking at AARP, if you haven't joined yet, you probably should.
I just hope they don't close with It's All Over Now.
Sponsored by Name Your Funeral Home.
Mission. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
I'm just going through their list of songs, and there's just so many good ones, so many options here. They have a song, "Time Is Not on My Side." We'll rewrite that one. Don't they have a song something about hips?
You said so earlier. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, shake your hips is now break your hips.
Yeah, brought to you by, hey, what's it?
Insert orthopedic hip
Yeah,
replacement.
Exactly.
Oh, man. You were showing me a video.
Dear Doctor.
You went, 2019?
Yeah, I saw the Rolling Stones on their last This Is It tour in Denver.
And I'm looking on the screen at some old dude. And I said, that dude looks old. You said, well, he's dead. I was like, oh, well, that explains
That's Charlie
it.
Watts, the drummer. And here's the thing. Robert Alexander, Jumpin' Jack Hot Flash.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
They're way past hot flashes.
But the wives aren't.
They're way past that.
They get those sexy old ladies in the crowd now throwing up parachutes that are double as bras.
So if Mick Jagger's 80 and he hooks up with some lady that's 50, that's pretty good.
That is good.
Not bad.
I mean, I think about, and I saw him in 2019. Now, Charlie Watts did not finish that tour or did whatever it was.
Is he the dead guy?
Yeah, he's the dead guy.
Okay.
And again, you stop touring, you die. That's the name of the game when you're at that age. But they were still jamming. I mean, I was impressed with the energy that those guys still have at their age. It's amazing what cocaine can do for you.
Absolutely.
I mean, or whatever it is
Little
that they're
B12 or
whatever it is that
yeah.
they may or may not be doing.
There's a couple of songs that they shouldn't end on.
Well,
Sweet Sounds of Heaven.
Dreamed about it last night.
I mean, you just look at and you think about all the songs that they have, the different things that they could do. And I go back 1994, I was working at KZEP, and Keith Richards was supposed to do an interview with CJ Cruz at 8:00. And I get there, I'm doing midnight to 6 and overnights.
AM, 8:00 AM.
No, he was supposed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, PM. He was coming in at night, the night before the show.
Okay, got you.
Right?
And
when he didn't show, and I'm doing overnights. And, the old KZEP studios used to be down on 9th Street, right off of Broadway, not the greatest part of town. So there's a big fence around the parking lot and cameras on the fence and on the front door. And about 4:00 in the morning, limousine pulls into the parking lot. So I called Chris Winston, who was the program director, and I said, Keith Richards is here. What do I do? It's 4:00 in the morning. Just put him on the air and have fun. Keith gets out, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want to, very young ladies that mini skirts, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They get out of the limo, and then here comes Keith. And the guy can't talk. He's not coherent. He's not. I mean, as soon as the microphone is on, the stupid 3 or 4 questions I might have asked him, he was great. Microphone's off, and he's back just incoherent, and they carry him out of there. But I'm Keith Richards. This is before we all had phones with cameras and all that kind of stuff.
Right, sure.
And back then, my job at KZEP, I went to the concert, and I would write down the songs as they were playing in the order. And then I would call the station and give them the list. So as people are leaving the show, we're replaying the concert in order. That's how the kids did it back in the day, right? Well, backstage, I see Keith, and I think, oh, well, we're buddies now. Guy had no idea who I was. None.
He didn't remember being at the station.
Not a clue. Not a clue. Yet one of the greatest yet most humbling experiences in the radio career.
Absolutely. The first of many.
And the fact that I thought I was talking to a dead man in 1994 and he is still touring in 2024 is pretty damn amazing.
Well, that's the thing. That dude's not 79. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's just like, just 79. That's like when he stopped.
Well, I mean,
like most people stop at 29. Keith Richards stopped at 79.
I mean, that was 30 years ago, and I thought he was older than dirt and half dead then.
Yes.
Now, granted, I was, 21, 22-year-old punk, but I mean, still, he was old and half dead.
Oh,
and he's still old and half dead.
He's been that way his whole life.
But those girls that you were with,
I'm sure
they've got stories too. Probably far better than mine, but he doesn't remember them either.
Well, there were so many. Dude, that's what I'll never forget the line from Jack Black in School of Rock. You can be the ugliest sad sack in the world, and every chick digs you if you're a rock star.
You can play the guitar.
That's it.
That's what it is.
That's all it is.
Look at our buddy Aaron from Kingdom Collapse. Right?
He's a good-looking dude.
But seriously, he was a punter. And couldn't attract anything. Now he plays guitar.
And you got it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He couldn't have gotten Abby if he wasn't in a band.
No, of course not.
No.
Punters don't get girls.
No. It's ridiculous. So teach your kids how to play the guitar.
Yes.
Or if you've got a son that can play saxophone, you know.
Any kind of musical instrument that's cool.
Yeah. So no tuba? No trombone?
Well, no, man. Well, trombone, there's only one guy I know that made a
trombone shorty.
Trombone shorty.
Yes.
Nah, saxophone is good. A trumpet maybe, and
dude, it's guitars.
Yeah, piano's
drummers.
Good. Piano, drummers.
Yeah.
And no parent going to teach their kid to be a drummer unless they go somewhere else to practice. I promise you.
So you're not going to get the grandkid a drum kit to keep at the house?
No. Dude, I swear my oldest granddaughter is 5 going on 50. She's just like, she's so mature and just like serious sometimes. Great kid, smiles, and we're having a great time. But man, she's a trip. It's been a blast.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Is there one less in the running for the A&M job that Jeff Traylor is competing with? We'll give you the latest next on the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, it's Black Friday specials are everywhere. You need to go over to NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. They have accessories and upgrades for your car, truck, Jeep, or SUV. Now through the end of November, get an undercover Ultraflex truck bed cover for $1,150 installed. That's better than internet pricing, double the 5-year warranty, and you skip the week-long wait. And it's installed for just $1,150, an incredible deal. Plus, they have tons of scratch and dent options like weather guard toolboxes, pack rats, and 50 to 60% off RDS diesel transfer tanks for everyone on your list. And scratch and dent, they're new, but they might have a little blemish. Some of them have very little to no scratches or dents, but they're on the scratch and dent list, so go save some money there. They also have WeatherTech and Husky floor mats and car seat covers for your busy moms and messy passengers, long trips with the family. NAW is a great family-run business, has been since 1978. Family-owned and operated, 3 generations, low to no pressure sales. Go see Frank, go see Ashley and the crew. They're at 3027 Calabria Road. They're in that big red building there on Calabria. Or check the website, nawtruck.com. That's nawtruck.com.
It's R&R in the morning.
Monday on R&R, we return after a long weekend off. We're talking Cowboys, we're talking Texans, we're talking Aggies, we're talking Longhorns, and we might even be talking a Spurs win. Cast is back together. We are on a downhill slide toward everything that mattered. Get there early. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Tease the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year, featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Big games, big concerts, big events. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Any city, any event. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, and events from San Antonio to Las Vegas. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces. Just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The Black Friday weekend sale begins this Friday at Boot Barn. Visit us in-store for savings on top quality pieces. Get up to $40 off cowboy boots for men and women, $20 off select work boots, and select children's boots for under $50. We're closed Thanksgiving Day to spend with family, but we look forward to seeing you Black Friday weekend for our biggest sale of the year. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online. APR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Shop for a cause at the Marion Brighton Virtual Holiday Auction, supporting Brighton Center. Bid on electronics, retail and restaurant gift cards, groceries, and more. Brighton Center is San Antonio's largest nonprofit providing services to children with disabilities and developmental delays. Go to brightonsa.org to bid and support the children of our community. That's brightonsa.org, now through December 1st. Have a merry and Brighton holiday.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Semenix. You can always be a part of the show. You can dial up, text 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Tweet at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jay Semenix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Make sure you like the page if you're there. Subscribe. But hit that thumbs up button if you're watching right now. You do nothing else today, hit that thumbs up button.
Make us happy. We're thankful for that.
We are.
On this Thanksgiving Eve.
Not sure why, but we're told to be.
Well, we're thankful for it.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you.
So the Jeff Traylor story is not going away, even though Jeff Traylor would like us to not talk about it. Jeff Traylor would much rather us talk about them going into New Orleans this weekend on national TV on ABC. They've been on national TV. This is ABC.
ABC.
It is KSAT 12. This is
2:30 in the afternoon.
And I realize they're going head to head with a NFL game on Prime, but still, I mean, Tulane's good.
Yes.
They're ranked, what, 18?
18.
The winner gets a spot in the championship game.
Yes.
Right?
Most likely against SMU.
Although, and it ain't going to happen, but go Navy. I mean, this college football weekend, I want freaking chaos. And Navy, could they?
No.
But, I mean, give you something to root for.
Yeah, sure.
Go Navy.
Great. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But you look at not just the A&M job, but there are a lot of jobs that you're going to, this is the time of year, end of the regular season. Coaches are going to get fired here. Other coaches are going to leave. It's the movement season. And the timing of it always sucks, right?
It sure is. That day after Thanksgiving.
Whole different movement season than I was referring to, but I know what's on your mind, Joe. But again, I mean, and it feels like a big old BM for a lot of these coaches to have to deal with it, right? I mean, it just is what it is.
About BM in a while.
I mean, it's daily. You know, I hope you've pooped today.
I have, thank you. But yes, I appreciate the sentiment. Yes,
the spirit of the Rolling Stones on tour. Something that you always check in with with the older people. But one of the top names that has been linked to Texas A&M, above Jeff Traylor's name, is Jonathan Smith, the head coach at Oregon State. Now, at Oregon State, he was a quarterback there. He is the head coach now. Seemingly would never think about leaving. Although with the Pac-12 down to 2, with Oregon State and Washington State, they're screwed.
Well, they're basically Mountain West, aren't they?
Well, I mean, even the Mountain West doesn't appear to want them.
Well,
So now would be the right time for him to strike while the iron is hot. Very much like what I have said about Jeff Traylor. When your name is as hot as Jeff Traylor's is, you have to jump. Even if you want to stay, you have to jump. If he's here 2-3 more years and all of a sudden, they have a 3 or 4 win season, he's not getting a phone call from Texas A&M.
Well, and that's what I mean. Then that's the chance you take. If that offer comes, nobody should be upset with Jeff Traylor. He's got to take it. It's a huge job, big promotion, all of that kind of stuff. So if that phone call comes, he's got to take that job. I don't think there's any question about it because, look, he's made it very clear. I've got 18 seniors. I think I've seen that all over the place. Those 18 seniors are out. His quarterback of the last 7 years is gone.
The only quarterback he's ever really known.
That's exactly right. So you don't know how good UTSA is going to be next year.
Now, he's recruited well.
So, of course.
So you expect them to be good. But, again, there's unknowns there. So while Jeff Traylor may not want to leave UTSA if they call, And Jonathan Smith, he was on the radio in Portland yesterday with John Casano, and John asked him, have you or your agent been talking with some of the open jobs, some of the rumors that we're hearing your name associated with? And we didn't get a sidestep like what we got from Jeff Traylor from Jonathan Smith. We got a straight up, hell yeah, we are.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic here. It's like, I've got an agent that's got a job. He best be finding out what is out there and people calling him, right? I mean, that's how that works. I can tell you from his side, he best be working just because I'm paying him so much, right? They get a percentage of, I'm making him a couple $1 million. Right. I mean, so I'm not trying to be sarcastic. So, right. And I think any coach, they're aware of what's potentially out there through if their agent's doing their job. And again, I'm not trying to dodge the question or anything, but I'm also trying to be truthful here of how this thing works.
And again, you hear that, and the whole interview was fantastic. I don't know anything about Jonathan Smith, but what I heard yesterday, I like because again, my agent's out there doing that. I've got to explore all the opportunities.
Of course you do.
And then I go back to what Jeff Traylor told us on Monday when he said, when people are interested in you, your current place that wants to keep you starts getting things going a little bit. He called it a win-win. Well, Jonathan Smith is doing the same thing. In fact, the Oregon State athletic director announced about an hour ago that their priority is providing Jonathan Smith with a new contract and guaranteed compensation that will help continue the success of the program, blah, 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 blah. And they've also discussed the commitment to extending assistant coaches' contracts and increasing the assistant coach's salary pool. How often have we heard similar things from Jeff Traylor that, not only do they need NIL money, they need an indoor, they need to raise the assistant coach's salary pool so he doesn't lose them like he did Coach Stein to the University of Oregon, who more than tripled his salary from what he was getting at UTSA.
Well, yeah, because Jeff Traylor has lost some assistant coaches. And he has, and he's going to continue to lose assistant coaches. And this is not a knock on UTSA. It's just the way that it is. They're a baby university, a baby football program. We all want them to be Texas or Texas A&M or name a big school, and they're not. They're not yet. They don't have the money that those schools have. So people are looking for opportunities to better themselves. That's what we all do. It has nothing to do with loyalty or anything else. It's what we all do. And so anybody out there who says otherwise, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. It's just that simple. You would take another job regardless of how much you like the one that you have. So if the phone rings from Texas A&M and they say, hey, Jeff Traylor, we'd like to hire you as the next head coach of the Texas A&M Aggies. I'm going to say I got a U-Haul on reserve. It will be here shortly. And that's the way that it is. Whether it happens or not remains to be seen. But if it's not A&M, it's going to be somebody.
Well,
he's just too big.
And you wonder, because I do believe Jeff Traylor when he says he loves it here and there's unfinished business.
Sure.
I believe him when he says he wants to be in one place for a long time, like he was in Gilmer for 15 years. But if Baylor calls, say A&M is out, if Baylor calls, I know, the Texas Tech situation, all right.
Who the hell wants to live in Lubbock?
Well, yeah, exactly. You just look, you want to be in a Power 5 conference.
Sure.
That should be every coach's goal. Especially, unlike Jonathan Smith, he coached there. And because of what's happening, all right, maybe not. Jonathan Smith, very much like, say, Cliff Kingsbury, you go back to your alma mater and you could run for mayor for a while, and then eventually they're going to run you out of town.
Sure.
Because that's the nature of the coaching business, which is a big reason why those contracts are so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Look, I don't know what's going to happen, but it looks like Jonathan Smith is going to stay at Oregon State. So that takes one name off the list. There's still a lengthy list.
Sure.
And for the life of me, I can't figure out why this dude at Arizona is getting so much play, but he is.
Well, he's one, but he was also on the staff of the Houston Texans at one point.
Well, that's great.
But that's not.
He has nothing to do with Texas A&M.
Yeah,
and that's what everybody seems to tell us. And we want somebody with a connection
and somebody that can, I don't know, get along with all the high school coaches.
Yes.
I mean, Jeff Traylor is the best candidate. The only box he doesn't check is he hasn't done it at a Power 5 school yet.
That's the only box he doesn't check. He is the perfect candidate for that job. And if the Aggies are smart, which I just realized what I said.
Yeah.
They'll hire this guy. They will hire him, give him the resources he needs, and let him go to work. The guy has won every place that he's been. Don't want to lose him. Again, I have to stress that. I want him to stay here, but he deserves that opportunity.
It's still amazing to me that the current head coach at UTSA is even being considered for the head coaching job at Texas A&M. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Doc, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Hey, I just wanted to chime in on the reason why maybe he doesn't want a Power 5, because I heard you guys say that that's every coach's dream to coach at a Power 5. But I got a chance to coach at the college level, and if you coach NAIA, you bring in D2 talent, and you'll be successful. If you coach D2, you bring in Division I talent, and you'll be successful. And I think he's been successful because he's brought in Power 5 talent to a mid-major. Going up to the Power 5, it's a shark tank, and if you're not successful, we see it with Jimbo Fisher. You get moved aside really quick, and it's hard for your kids and your family, and everybody moves with you, and then you get shipped out, and now they have to resettle again. If he does go to Power 5, which I think eventually he probably will, but if he builds UTSA, that'll be a success. But at the Power 5 level, you have to get NFL talent to be successful, and a lot of these coaches know that. They know.
Here's the thing, Doc. And I get the analogy you're going with. When he left the high school ranks and joined Charlie Strong's staff at Texas, because Charlie wanted to find who's the guy that connects with high school coaches. Jeff Traylor, now you're a college coach. He was the Big 12 Recruiter of the Year. And then when he was at Arkansas, they had their first ever top 20 recruiting class. He knows how to recruit those kind of players. And could you imagine what he would be able to do with the A&M checkbook? I mean, he lost to Zachary Franklin at Ole Miss last year because UTSA didn't have anywhere close to the same NIL money. And damn well a lot of money is going to be offered up to Trey Moore this year that UTSA won't be able to compete with. I think, and to your point, I do think Jeff Traylor wants to go to a Power 5 school, because otherwise he would have said he wasn't interested in the job and move on and not interviewed.
And why wouldn't you want to go to a Power 5 school?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to climb that ladder. I get what you're saying, Doc, but with the resources that Texas A&M has, with the facilities that they have, they're not going to have an issue. What they need is somebody that can put it all in place. They've got the talent there.
Mm-hmm.
They've got it there. It's already there. And all somebody needs to do is bring this thing together. And I think Jeff Traylor can do that. Look, and Doc said it well. Yes, Jeff Traylor has brought in top, Power 5 talent here to UTSA. Well, that should tell you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
If he can convince those guys to come here without making the money that they would make it at Texas A&M, just imagine what he can do in College Station.
It's and again, to me, no brainer. I've got a daughter with a master's degree, but no experience. It's so she gets turned down for jobs. Wow, man, the degree's great, but you don't have any experience.
Yeah.
Well, how the hell do you get the experience until somebody gives you the opportunity? $1
million question.
Chicken or egg, right?
That's it.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you are shopping for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itenado Complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. And Price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itenado Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Hebner.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gobble, gobble. It's a Thanksgiving tradition. The Cowboys collide with the Commanders in an NFC East battle at 2:30.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And it's still alive.
He's still running to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The holiday season is right around the corner, so give the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Give them a Steel. With powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws to place under the tree, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Save $20 on the BGA 57 battery-powered blower. Visit your local Steel dealer or go to steelusa.com/gift guide. Real Steel. Find yours. Now $179.99 was $199.99 MSRP. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Black Friday is now a game day. The Dolphins take on the Jets in the first ever Black Friday NFL game. Stream for free only on Prime. Black Friday football. Dolphins versus Jets. Coverage begins this Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/watch Black Friday football for details.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax.
Touchdown!
A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Shop for a cause at the Marion Brighton Virtual Holiday Auction, supporting Brighton Center. Bid on electronics, retail and restaurant gift cards, groceries, and more. Brighton Center is San Antonio's largest nonprofit providing services to children with disabilities and developmental delays. Go to brightonsa.org to bid and support the children of our community. That's brightonsa.org, now through December 1st. Have a merry and Brighton holiday.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Rob and Rudy.
Good morning.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You say you want it.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Simonix.
Howdy.
Cowboys tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Washington coming into Jerry World. Pre-game at 2:30. Kickoff set for 3:30 here on 94.1. presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Mother's Window Tent, Woods Comfort Systems, Ewald Kubota, and the lofts of Jesse Hernandez.
Another cupcake for the Cowboys?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's Washington.
It is. But which team is going to show up?
Well, I mean, I mean, the Cowboys score 40 points a game. They kill everybody at home, especially teams with losing records, blah, blah, blah. But then you go deep into the gambling numbers, and, Washington's pretty good against the spread.
Yes, they are.
Especially as a road dog.
Uh-huh.
Cowboys have been really good against the spread.
Uh-huh.
And so if you're just going straight up win, yeah. But honestly, what is the line? 10, 12? I mean, depending on where you're looking, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right.
Right. If you can get it at 10.5, I'd say take it.
You would?
Or 9.5.
Well, 9.5 is a lot better than 10.5, isn't it?
Well, it's a lot better than 12.5.
Well, sure it is.
Right?
Not necessarily.
It really is.
No, because if they win by 10, you lose either way.
Yeah, but if it's 31-20.
Sure.
Right?
And you still lose at 12.5.
Well, but not at 10.5.
Dude, here's the problem. Anytime something looks so easy, it's not. And that's the problem. I mean, off the top of my head, yeah, Dallas should win this thing. I don't know, 35-10.
Woo, 10.
10, right? I'm just off the top of my head. But you look at the fact that Washington can move the football. They roll up over 400 yards last week in a losing effort to the New York Giants.
It's the Giants.
Well, it's the Giants. And they still lost the game, by the way.
The DeVito.
Because they turned the football over 4 times.
All right. What are the Cowboys good at? Taking the ball away.
Are they?
They really are.
Well, they're good at pass rush. So you figure Sam Howell, who's been sacked more than anybody in the league, 51 times.
A season's worth.
He's been sacked.
Before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I mean, defensively, the Cowboys should create a turnover or two. Washington's been known to do that. And honestly, is it really not about the way this Cowboys offense is playing? Even a kind of pedestrian game from Dak Prescott last week was impressive. And he was asked if this is his best.
It?
I mean, you look at his numbers and the touchdowns, and yeah, and no interceptions. I mean,
impressive.
He was asked, is this a best 3-4 game stretch of his career?
I can tell you the way that I feel, the confidence that I have in this group myself. Zone, I guess you can call it, whatever it is. Talked about it over and over, the coaches, just the chemistry of this team. Yeah, by far the best I've ever felt. And it's not just me, it's a lot of the things around me that ultimately, being a leader, a lot of times you're trying to control those things. You're trying to make sure things around you are good, taking up in places, this and that. And that's the minimal of my job right now is handling things outside of my job, which obviously makes it easier for me.
More so than ever?
More so than ever.
So are you a prisoner in the moment, or is he saying that he's playing better now than he played his rookie season?
He is.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you don't have to, because you don't agree with most things that are accurate.
I'm complimenting the man, saying that he played better his rookie year. I mean, he's playing well now. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I'm saying, so I think he's a prisoner of the moment himself. So are you. So is every other Cowboy fan that wants to say this year, it's the best Dak Prescott ever. I'm not sure that it is.
His rookie year, the numbers were incredible, but the offense was very basic, and he just destroyed people. When you look at the level of quarterback play, when you're watching the various people that are breaking down films that played quarterback or played defense, his checks at the line of scrimmage, his total command of the overall offense has not been better. And what we're seeing now is some of the things that we were complaining about before as fans, like move, get out of the pocket, use your legs. It was if Kellen Moore had him as a statue kind in the pocket, and that's what you were doing. And this were the play where it seems like there's a little bit more freedom now, even at this point in the season from the beginning of the year. And maybe it's just a comfort level with Mike McCarthy's offense and the plays he's calling. But what you're seeing him do at the line of scrimmage, his checks, moving the pocket, the throws that he's making, the decision-making, far better than what he was doing his rookie year.
speaking of the line of scrimmage, does it drive anybody else nuts that you hear that? Here we go.
Well, I mean,
here we go. It's kind of the same thing as Omaha.
Well, I mean, that's Mike McCarthy's call.
I know, but it's the way he does it.
Here we
go.
Well,
Here we go.
I mean, you realize it's not for you, the TV audience.
Well, it drives me nuts and turn him down. Jeez. Here we go. Here we go. I don't hear anybody else doing that. Jeez. God, I'm better. I got that off my chest. Here we go. Here we go.
Get off my lawn.
I mean, they mic up, but you know what it's done? It's limited false starts for that Cowboys offense.
Perhaps. Okay, I can see that. Yes, it has.
I mean,
well, something has. I mean, they haven't been committing them.
I mean, the hut, you know, and all that. There's no, when he's changing a line of scrimmage, there's no, I thought you had a hut in there, and I know we were on two, so I went on the second one. There's no, all of that's been eliminated with here we go.
That's a good drinking game for tomorrow.
Here we go. You'll be drunk by the end of the first drive. He
here
says it.
We go.
What? Well, I mean,
he sings it. He sings it. Have you
Well,
noticed it?
I mean,
here we go. Here we go.
All right.
La da da da. Here we go.
I mean, clearly you were too drunk by the time Cooper Rush got into the last game. Cooper Rush does the exact
He did the
same
same thing?
Yes. That is what the Cowboys do this year with
He's
Mike
just
McCarthy.
not as annoying
Did
as
you not
Dak
pay
Prescott.
attention to it, Knoxnard?
Dak Prescott.
They were doing it there.
They were?
Yes.
Why wasn't it as annoying as it is now?
Because you didn't have surround sound in
Maybe
Oxnard.
that's it. I don't know.
Here we go. Ray S. on YouTube says, I say that when my wife starts whining.
Yeah, here we go. Do you sing it, though, Ray? Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Popcorn peanuts.
Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
There's one thing about Dak.
Uh-huh.
He understands you angry fans and the fact that you guys got pissed off at the littlest of things.
Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, to say I got to let it go, I never hold on to it to begin with. You know what I mean? I laugh at it because I understand it's an angry fan. And at the moment, you know what I mean? And a lot of times maybe just at the moment and didn't get the result that they wanted. But at the end of the day, nobody wants those results more than me and more than the men in this room. And so, yeah, I mean, but then there's other cases that, you know, aren't comparable to the tweet that I had. And those are times you got to remember, hell, he must have had his whole rent on that one. You know what I mean? Like, so once again, you know, I give him grace and I understand and say, stop gambling.
Now what he is referring to is somebody dug up a tweet from a 19-year-old Dak Prescott when he was quarterback at Mississippi State.
It was an angry fan.
I'm done with Romo. Now you can't make that throw.
You see
We're
that?
not going to win with this guy.
We're
Here
all the
we
same.
go.
We're all the same. All the same. Here we go. Take a bite of turkey then every time. Here we go.
You don't have enough Tums.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
I mean, you figure they run 60 to 75 plays tomorrow.
And he's going to say, here we go every time?
Well, and probably sometimes 2 or 3 times on a play.
Here we go.
Because the first "here we go" isn't it? I mean, there's the right sing part of it. You know, you might hear a "here we go." No, that ain't it. I mean, you know,
so he's got to sing it.
Well, I mean, there's a certain cadence with it that you know the ball is coming. You know, because a "here we go" could just be a
try to get them to
jump.
Yeah,
you know, because now all of a sudden, you know, they're ready to go, and how long can they hold their water?
Well,
here we go.
As loud as it's been, I'm sure that Ron Rivera has had that piped in. Here we go. It's that cadence, not the "here we go." Here we go.
Do you watch football, man? You know, every quarterback does that or something like it.
I get it, but
you just don't like anything that Dak Prescott does.
That has nothing
it
to
has
do with it.
everything to do with it.
I mean,
the
Dak
man
Prescott. He's a hell of a
himself,
sportsman.
the man himself is in a zone right now, and yet you want to give him crap about his cadence?
I'm just saying.
A lot of things around me, honestly. The way guys are playing, the trust, the chemistry. play calling. So many factors go into it. And as I said, pointed to earlier in the sense of being a leader, being the quarterback, wanting to help in other places, and really just the importance of me being able to just focus on my job, my role alone of in between the lines, things being able to take care of themselves in the locker room, great leaders. Guys are just doing much more, you know what I mean? I don't want to say than they ever have, but taking more responsibility in all kind of different ways. And goes into the preparation. Goes into preparation, the clear communication throughout the building and on our side of the ball, that it's fun. And at the end of the day, I think that's what it is truly having fun and doing this and playing free.
Here we go.
Here we go. Have you not noticed, and clearly you haven't, that every time you start saying hump day, I start saying, here we go?
Yeah, is that a coincidence?
It's annoying for both.
Okay, well, I got you. Yeah, but you don't sing it.
I don't. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I'll give you a hump day. You give me a here we go.
Yeah.
I'm not a Dak hater. People on YouTube.
We can tell.
I love that. Now, see, I'm going to listen because I don't recall anybody else being that annoying. Now, Peyton Manning was with his Omaha. You can't point to another quarterback that has something that stands out to you.
You don't watch any other quarterbacks enough to notice.
No, but that's not true.
That really is.
No, it's not. Are you at my house on Sunday? I'm just wondering.
I am.
I am going to watch tomorrow. It will start with Jordan Love and Jared Goff early tomorrow. I'm going to listen to both of those guys, see if they've got something that's as annoying as here we go.
Well, it's hard. You're as PJ Salazar says on YouTube, Joe's a Dak hater.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I saw that, and I'm like, I'm not. The guy's.
You keep telling yourself that.
The guy's going to win the Art Rooney Award. Dak, way to go, buddy. That's fantastic. Sportsman of the Year. Or whatever the hell that is.
Hump day! Hump day!
Here we go. Well, geez. Was that from today's Open?
Last week's.
That was last. Go 3 weeks ago. I've been doing it all year because of Dak, knowing at some point Joe was going to get pissed off at the here we go and bring it up. I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting.
You knew.
Hump day! Hump day!
Here we go.
We can do this all day, Pledge. You ready? That's really good.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Well, that's going to be Joe sitting down at the Thanksgiving dinner table tomorrow. Sit down, plates in front of you. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell everybody to be quiet. I got to listen to Jared Goff. I got to listen to Jordan Love. And then we'll listen to Sam Howell.
Here we go.
We'll listen to Sam Howell, and then we'll go on with Brock Purdy and I guess it's going to be Geno. I'm not sure, but we'll saw those guys tomorrow.
All right, you do that. But I imagine, and I want to know, you sit down at the table tomorrow. Say the prayer.
Yes.
And then are you going to drop a here we go?
I might.
Here we go.
I might. Here we go.
Here we go. Let's see. Ray says, here we go, with Joe denying that he's a Dak hater. And I saw on there trying to compare Dak's numbers to his rookie's years. 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Are you going to go with this guy? You have no clue where those numbers are right.
What do you mean? No, I'm sure that Josh didn't just make that up.
Well, I'm sure
19th
Josh,
in yards, 15th in touchdowns, 23-4, and his record was 13-3. Better numbers than what your guy CJ already has. And every time, dude, you try to compare CJ's rookie year to Dak's rookie year.
Who's doing that? I'm not doing that.
No, Jimenez on the YouTube. He loses every argument. I'd love to gamble with this guy because I would take his lunch money. And again, it always makes me feel like now you're going to make it sound like I'm talking bad about CJ Stroud, which I'm not. I love the kid, but he's already has more losses than Dak did his rookie year. And here we go. And the touchdown interception ratio. Where you rank, who the hell cares?
Doesn't that make you smile? Thanks, Pledge. Yeah, we all need a smile on this Thanksgiving Eve.
Here we go. CJ Stroud speaking right now.
Is he?
John McClain listening to C.J. Stroud
that's
speak
right.
right now. The General with a special Wednesday appearance because the Houston Texans have the biggest game on Sunday.
They do.
They got Jacksonville on Sunday. So we asked, and he obliged. John McClain will join us today instead of tomorrow.
Love it. Fantastic.
Love it.
We'll ask McClain if that annoys him. You think he watches Cowboy games?
Of course he does. It's America's team.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's America's team. Here we go. I just can't believe you just realized I do that. And why I do it's even better.
It's fantastic. Hey, look, it's Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great time with family and friends and just have a great time, right? But if something happens and you get accused of a crime, you need to make sure that you've got help at your fingertip. That's the LaHood Norton Law Group, made up of former prosecutors turned criminal defense attorneys that can help you stay a step ahead of your legal program. Look, they both know signs of the criminal justice system. They handle all criminal cases, whether it's state or federal. If you need legal help, you need the LaHood Norton Law Group on your side. Not to mention the fact that I've known Nico LaHood for over 20 years, and if I need help, Nico is going to be the guy that I call. He will fight to protect your innocence. The team at the LaHood Norton Law Group is your best defense. Let them be your legal bodyguards. Give them a call for a free consultation, 210-797-7700. That's 210-797-7700. Look, the sooner you make the call after you've been accused, the better off you're going to be. So call the LaHood Norton Law Group, 210-797-7700, or online at lahoodnorton.com.
Texas A&M football is on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Dog. Saturday morning at 10, it's the Aggies and LSU.
Going for Moose. He's got him. That is a touchdown. Aggies.
Tigers. Saturday morning at 10. Presented by Ewald Kubota, Just Pots, ABC Home and Commercial Services, Airtron Heating and Air Conditioning, The Angry Elephant, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Honey, can you swing by the post office and grab some stamps?
Done.
And drop off these packages?
Sure thing, honey.
Oh, and get the tracking info.
Got it.
But you haven't moved.
I know. How great is that?
This holiday season, the Postal Service is closer than ever with convenient ship-from-home services like label printing, free package pickup, and delivery notifications. You can send more holiday joy from the comfort of home. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Ship from home at USPS.com/holidayjoy.
It's our best Black Friday ever at JCPenney, and we've got thousands of deals all week long. Spoil someone and save up to 75% on fine jewelry after an extra 40% off. Step into women's boots. All her faves are $19.99. Plus, stock up on Home Expressions bath towels, only $2.99 each. From holiday helpers to gift ideas, all the deals, all the fun, all in store. JCPenney, make your holidays count. Offers valid on select styles in store through 11/26. Exclusions apply. Black Friday deals excluded from coupons. See associate for details.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The house is a mess, you have guests coming over, and no time to clean. Not to worry, just grab your trusty Swiffer Sweeper. The Swiffer Sweeper dry cloths are made with deep, textured ridges that trap and lock dirt, dust, hair, even allergens, leaving you with sparkling clean floors in no time. Swiffer Sweeper is a 2-in-1 hard surface floor cleaner designed for both sweeping and mopping. It's a quick and easy combination of clean that gets dirt out of your home.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
R&R in the morning is Rob Thompson and Rudy J. Morning 6 to 10. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big honor for Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, named as a nominee for the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. Cowboys defensive back Deron Bland named as the NFC's Defensive Player of the Week. First time he's ever gotten that award. 3 NFL games tomorrow. You can hear them all on San Antonio's ESPN 1250, by the way. And the Spurs back to action tonight, hoping to snap that 9-game streak. Tip-off from the Frost Bank Center, 7 o'clock.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
Hump day.
Here we go.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah, I felt like I was in a zone right there. Maybe the best zone I've ever been in.
The best zone today.
Hump day. Touchdown.
Here we go. Clayton Garcia says on YouTube, only here to hear Joe yell hump day and annoy Jason.
Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate you.
I appreciate Clayton with the proper use of here in here, spelled correctly.
Well, of course. Our listeners are intelligent folks.
Have you not seen some of the comments?
Well, most of them. I didn't say all of them. I hope if you're out driving around today, and there's a lot of traffic today. Did you notice that?
No.
I did.
Yeah, I was at the dentist today.
Oh, geez. I hate the dentist. No offense, dentists. But I don't know. I guess dentists are probably used to that, right?
You know,
nobody likes them.
You're in there and everything. I mean, it's just checkup and cleaning, nothing major, right? It's, it's like, just relax. I mean, how do you do that at the dentist's office? You don't. I mean, and why in 2023 do we not have a different way of taking x-rays of your teeth than putting that thing in your eye, bite down, hold it, and your gag, especially for the back teeth, right? How is there not an easier, better way to do that at this point?
I have no idea. I think they don't want that. Probably is. But, dentists have to keep their rep.
Well, but I'm looking like, you remember back in the day, you stood in the little room with that stuff in there and she would hide behind the lead wall and right.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like she went down to Five Oaks Ace Hardware and got like a cordless drill. It's a big old thing that's taking and then they show up right there on the screen.
It doesn't that always freak you out. I mean, it happens when they X-ray you, they go hide, and then you get zapped with all the radiation.
Well, you've got a wonderful lead blanket on.
Yeah, but why do they have to go hide behind a wall? Why don't they put a lead jacket on?
The weird thing here is she was not wearing the lead. I don't know what the hell she was wearing. I mean, but she didn't go hide. She just had this portable gun. Just vroom, 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 vroom.
It always baffles me. I'll be right back. We'll zap you with the radiation. Yeah. I got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they're just testing your gag reflex.
Dude, my dentist called me that one. He's a gagger. If you were to gargle a little bit longer, dude, I don't know why, but it's true. I mean, if you brush your teeth, and if I get too far back, there's like, you gotta what?
I don't think being called a gagger was a compliment.
Well, probably not. But my dentist is she's very good. But
so she called you a
very
gagger.
direct, right?
Yeah,
so
obviously.
Well, she was talking to her assistants. Oh, we got a gagger.
Yeah, they had inside jokes at the office about you.
I'm sure they did.
I've got a cool dentist. I like him.
That's good.
He's a old military guy. Yeah. Dr. Smith.
Navy guy?
He was Army.
Oh, gee.
He was Army.
Does he know your Navy?
Of course.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Might be a slip.
Nah. I mean, what's cool about them, like when you walk in, big wall, proudly serving our vets and all the branch. They even have the Space Force emblem.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't even know that was actually real.
It's real.
Or where the people are really in it, that they could be going to a dentist office over on Days of Allah.
How about that?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Space Force.
It's a thing.
I've still never met a Space Force type.
Well, it's fairly new, so
duh.
I don't know that anybody.
Have you ever met anybody that's actually in the Space Force?
Why would I? Why would they be in San Antonio? They'd be in Florida or something,
I don't
right?
know. Don't we train all the medical types here?
I don't know.
I mean, you go to any restaurant on Austin Highway, you see every branch of service because they're all doing work over at Fort Sam.
But not Space Force.
I've never seen Space Force.
That's
it. Navy guys? Navy. Yeah, let's join the Navy and get stationed in San Antonio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, maybe that will happen.
The Space Force here? I mean, there's enough.
You never
we got
know.
enough space cadets running around Austin Highway. I don't need to know that we need enlisted types too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It may happen, but I would think they'd be in like Florida. Is that the only place? The Space Force.
Dude, Houston.
Or Houston.
I mean, like there's this whole thing called NASA. Kind of in the Houston area.
Well, in Florida too.
Well, there's
I forgot Houston. We have a problem.
You forgot Houston.
Yes, I try to forget Houston as much as possible.
I mean, I was like Deion Sanders yesterday trying to point out Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, my expectations are out of the darn park. You got to understand, man. Come on, man. Yeah. What's those little foreheads that's in California? What do they call those? The people faces engraved. Yeah. Come on, man. I set up there. It's in where? I thought it was in LA all this time. Wow, my geography. That's the Hollywood thing? That's what I thought. I'm sorry. Thank you for educating me. Jesus, South Dakota.
I love that. I love it. What's that for? With the foreheads? That's awesome.
Mount Rushmore in LA.
Yes, in LA.
Yeah.
But see, Deion's real. That's good. I like that.
You didn't know that Houston's also known as Space City?
Well, it is.
I mean, you didn't pay attention to the Astros uniforms?
Dude, have we noticed? Yeah, I used to call them the spacemen, right? But it's like, I forget Houston every chance I get.
I got you.
I'm not a fan of Houston. It's like,
yeah.
No offense, Pledge.
See, we're aware. Now, what was that last comment, Pledge? Can you throw it back up there? Manny says he has a friend that was a civilian contractor for Space Force here in SA.
Oh,
See?
cool. Well, somebody else said that Space Force goes to boot camp at Lackland. See, I don't know if any of that's true, but I'm just saying that's what they're saying.
So when do they have graduation? Because, like Air Force graduation, go down to the Riverwalk on a Friday and you see a bunch of young recruits that have just graduated.
How about that? Having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and rightly so. They should. It's good for them.
You could tell, man. They got the one ribbon on their uniforms. Everything is perfect. And they're hanging out with mom and dad, and all they want to do is find their girlfriend or a beer.
Of course.
But mom and dad are with them.
Yeah, but
and grandma and the cousins.
Yeah, after a while, you say, hey, I got to go.
Just give me 10 minutes.
10? Jeez. Mom, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, that was quick.
Mm-hmm. Let's do the headline blitz. Or not. Maybe.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, it's such a great weekend for college football with a bunch of the rivalry games. None bigger this weekend than Michigan, Ohio State. Jim Harbaugh won't be at the game because he is suspended. But he might be sitting at the house drinking a sign-stealing 2.0 craft beer from Ohio Brewery.
You know, these businesses are pretty smart, and they come up with stuff like this. I applaud that Ohio Brewery for coming up with a beer named Stealing Signs. I think it's fantastic. Did you see, and I don't know if you've heard this story, but obviously Harbaugh and Ryan Day do not like each other.
No.
They don't like each other.
Not at all.
So Harbaugh apparently was asked at the podium at some point this week, what's your level of respect for Ryan Day? He never said one way or the other. He just said, well, you know, we got to play hard. And he just simply smooth. Those guys really don't like each other.
They don't.
That's nuts.
They don't. Although I'm curious, and I'm not the biggest craft beer guy out there, but Saucy Brew Works in Ohio is releasing a special double dry hopped hazy pale ale called Stealing Signs for the game on Friday. 6.5%. Won't take much to get you going.
No, but that just sounds awful. I mean, when a beer has that kind of a description, can you read that again?
Double dry hopped hazy pale ale.
I mean, that just sounds awful.
Well, it's because you don't know anything about craft beers.
Well, I don't.
And you don't like craft beers.
I don't at all.
So, I mean, for those that are into the craft beers, that sounds incredible.
So somebody tell me, Pledge, are you into craft beers?
Love craft beers.
So you would drink this hazy double-walled deuce, whatever, what's it called?
It's not a double deuce. That's a whole different line of talk about needing a fork and knife for your craft beer.
I'm just wondering. I mean, gee whiz.
Whiz?
Yes. It's a family show, Jason.
It really is.
Yes.
The grandkids are listening.
Well, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So since Joe is continuing to sound like the get off my lawn type this day before Thanksgiving, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are also on the get off my lawn tour. Aaron Rodgers agrees with Tom Brady that the criticism of the NFL that Tom had the other day attributes changes to a softening of society. What I don't understand about Tom Brady, and not that I don't agree with what he said on the Stephen A. Smith podcast, when he talked about things that were done like by Ray Lewis, every one of those hits would be illegal and guys aren't getting. True. Tom was in the league last year. Aaron Rodgers is still in the league. I mean, you're saying coaches aren't developing guys. You didn't say this last year when you were playing, did you?
Well, he might have. I don't know.
I never heard
publicly.
I never heard him say the product now sucks, dude. You've been out of it now for how long? I mean, technically the season started in August. None of us are really sure if he was coming back since he didn't go immediately to the booth. So you were wondering if he was holding out that he couldn't come back. He hasn't been retired technically 6 months. The game has not changed drastically in 6 months.
Well, maybe in Brady's case, he was afraid to say that until now he's retired.
Yeah.
About to be an analyst. He can say those kind of things. And then Aaron Rodgers just has FOMO, right? He doesn't want to be left out of any conversation, so he's got to chime in.
That's what Travis Kelce said, that Aaron Rodgers game days are now Tuesday with Pat McAfee.
That's hilarious. So they kind of don't like each other either.
They don't. Dave Clawson, the head coach at Wake Forest, had a very interesting comment a way to smile and say F you to Notre Dame at the same time. We'll explain coming up next here on the Blitz on at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an OrthoNow injury clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Think about it. You know, your backyard turkey football game, traditional family game tomorrow, somebody gets hurt. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an OrthoNow injury clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It is awesome to be home. San Antonio invited me in and embraced me. This is a market that means the world to me. I hate that I've been gone so long, but man, it feels sweet to be back.
It's the Jim Rome Show, back in San Antonio. Weekdays at noon.
Hey, Jim Rome here.
Have a take, San Antonio. And certainly do not suck.
Wait, what? Ouch. Are you kidding?
It's the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-497-9090. That's 800-497-9090. 800-497-9090.
The holidays are approaching. This is Bobby Jenkins with ABC Home and Commercial Services, reminding you of our holiday light package. Whether it's lights on the roof, in the trees, or down the driveway, ABC can install lights for you. And best of all, return after the holidays to remove and pack them for storage. We make it easy. ABC uses only high-quality lights, and we have been installing lights longer than some companies have been in business. ABC Home and Commercial Services, specialists for your environment.
Just call ABC Home and Commercial Services.
This holiday season, Famous Footwear is the place to shop the season's hottest shoes for the whole family with the Famous BOGO event. For a limited time, when you buy one pair, get the second half off from all your favorite brands like New Balance, Bear Paw, Adidas, and more. Give the gift of famously great shoes and savings this holiday season. Shop famous.com or bring the family into a Famous Footwear near you. Buy one item, get a second item of equal or lesser value for half price. Some exclusions apply.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because you know, mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Steel, and Lincoln Electric in-store or at northerntool.com.
Darius, look who just figured out how to find my Medicare plan options. Just typed in my zip code and boom.
This is not just a search tool. Look at you go, Mom. This is Walgreens making it easy to find a Medicare plan with low-cost copays. During open enrollment, use Walgreens Find RX coverage to help you find the right Medicare plan for you. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season, so he does two things at once.
Whether it's grilling while mowing,
2 things at once.
or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot,
2 things at once.
you can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you switch to Boost Mobile, you can get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G and a pretty powerful way to get after it.
Like me, Tusi, a man who fell in love with music and fell on hard times. From writing songs in my room to sitting on top of the charts. All because I made poetry out of pain. And I always knew I'd be on the stage singing your favorite song.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone on America's largest 5G networks.
Boost Mobile. Get after it.
New customers only. Taxes extra. 1 device per line. 5G not available everywhere. Other restrictions apply.
El Guacamole Mexican Grill is serving up your favorite Mexican dish. Visit them today at 25020 Blanco or call 210-499-5364 to place your order. Hot, fresh, made-to-order Mexican dishes. El Guacamole Mexican Grill.
Monday on R&R in the morning. The cast is back together. We are on the downhill slide toward everything that matters. Did the Cowboys win? How are the Spurs doing? Did the Aggies find a coach? Is Texas on the way to the playoffs? So many questions, so many answers coming to you. Monday, back to the Blitz today. Jason and Joe, I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving and a wonderful Sunday, Monday, fun day afterwards. Hey, save me some of that wonderful pecan pie, Jason. And Joe, don't skimp on the green bean casserole. That's why you're here.
So apparently Rob doesn't know Rudy's off on Monday. No pecan pie.
Pecan.
At my house. Do you go pecan pie or pecan?
I'm not a pie guy.
That's not what I asked.
It's pecan.
You say pecan?
Sure, or pecan.
Well, it
depends on how much I've had to drink, all right? Pecan after a few drinks, pecan before.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think you always go pecan. I know people that say pecan, but I think pecan could be something else, especially if you've had a few drinks.
A pecan.
Yeah.
It could. I'm not you a pie guy? I'm not I skip desserts altogether, so I eat more before dessert.
It depends. I mean, I want to say, yes, I'm a pie guy. I have a variety of pies that I like. I love a hot apple pie, especially if there's vanilla ice cream nearby with a little shot of Fireball over the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
A little shot. Uh-huh.
Dude, Fireball over vanilla ice cream will change your life.
I'm sure it will.
But I don't want cold apple pie. It's got to be hot.
With the ice cream melting on it.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'll eat it, but it's not like I have to have it.
See, a chocolate meringue pie.
No,
I love.
yuck.
I love. My
Dude,
mom,
please.
I grew up with those. That's a minute spot. My grandma used to make, and then my mom had to learn how to make a pie as good as my grandma's. And so the chocolate meringue is, but if my mom makes it, right?
Now, so Joanna didn't have to keep up that tradition?
Well, she's tried.
She's tried. And it was delicious, wasn't it, Minix? Oh, nothing like sleeping in the doghouse on a Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanks, Joe. Here we go. Steve, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, I want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. Y'all are the best. I live in Lakeland, Florida. But I work in Tampa. I met you guys before. I listen to you guys every single day out here in Tampa, bro. You and also listen to R&R in the morning. So love you guys. Are the best.
Steve, did we meet in
Jason,
Florida or did we meet in San Antonio?
San Antonio.
Okay.
I met you at the liquor store.
Texas
Cheer
Liquor.
Texas, yeah, bro.
Hey, hang on. Time out, Steve. Here's a quick reminder for all you people. Liquor stores are closed tomorrow. I better get into Texas Cheer Liquor today. All right, go ahead, Steve.
All right, hey, I'm glad you reminded you. So, hey, man, I was in the Navy as well. I was a machinist mate, but I was a med. I was in the Mediterranean. But you guys have a great Thanksgiving.
Go Navy, Steve. Do me a favor. If you're there in Tampa Bay, go by the bar Hat Tricks over by the arena. Get some wings and a beer for me.
Yeah. Well, I watched the UTSA in South Florida game last Friday at the Hatchers because South Florida they play in Tampa.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
That's
Steve,
awesome, man.
Go to buddy Evan Klosky over there, one of the TV stations he works at.
He's at Channel 10.
All
Is
right.
that what it
And
is?
also, hey Joe, on the chicken fried steak with ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't eat it. I don't eat it at the restaurant. I have the white gravy, but when I make my own at the house, I fill it up with ketchup on top.
You're the man, Steve. You are the man, buddy. Get everybody in Florida listening to the Blitz.
I'm trying. Every day I listen to you. I swear to God, even though I listen, like I said, Rob and Rudy in the mornings as well.
Man, we appreciate
Yes,
you
we
listening,
do.
man.
We sure
Appreciate
do.
the phone call today. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Steve.
Likewise. See you and your family. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate you.
That was nice.
That was.
In Florida.
In Florida.
How about that?
You know, we get people that listen from all over because they want that taste of home, right? I mean,
absolutely.
I'm guessing our boys over there at WDAE, John Mamola and Pat and all those guys, Aaron, they're talking Bucks football, not Cowboys and Spurs.
And the Bucks.
I know.
Jeez, you got to talk Baker Mayfield all day?
Exactly.
Holy
Could
cow.
you imagine?
No.
My goodness.
That would be like a nightmare.
We'll see those boys coming up in a couple weeks up in Boston at the Army-Navy game.
In Boston.
Fun guys. So, in this world of college football that we live in now, and we're all trying to figure out the new world of college football with NIL,
Yes,
everything's
we are.
legal, what's good, what isn't. There's two approaches that you can have. So Jim Mora, he's at UConn, and UConn's got 2 wins on the year. And Jim Mora, well, I guess he's taking a lot of heat because they only have 2 wins. And he's got an answer for those people that are bitching that UConn football isn't any good.
If we're going to play those teams and people want us to beat Duke and North Carolina State and Syracuse and Maryland next year and Wake Forest next year, then there needs to be a commitment monetarily to helping us get the players that can beat them. Because if you're not going to help us get the players to beat them, then you are not entitled to bitch when we don't beat them.
Wow.
You know what, Jim? Yes, we are entitled to bitch no matter what. See, this is the problem with where college football is. You know, a coach like this, they don't have to go out and recruit anymore. Right? He just goes and, hey, we'll give you 10 grand or we'll hook you up with a this or that. I mean, some coaches do. I'm not disrespecting coaches, but it's like, stop.
I mean, all of them are trying to get into your checkbook.
Yes.
More so than just season tickets. And quite honestly, and just bring it home. Hear Jeff Traylor talk about sweet tickets. Buy sweets, buy, corporate sponsors. Those of you that can donate $25, $50, you're great, man, but they need somebody that can write one with lots of zeros.
Exactly right.
And you look at a guy like Dave Clawson. He's the head coach at Wake Forest. Wake Forest just lost to Notre Dame. And his old quarterback, Sam Hartman, is now at Notre Dame. And they played at Notre Dame. And Notre Dame played a wonderful tribute to their senior quarterback, Sam Hartman, that they love. And Dave Clawson, boy, this is a great way to say F you with a smile. I guess we're not going to hear that? How do you not have that, Pledge? I literally emailed it to you 5 hours ago. You said you had it. All right, well, go look up that audio. It's wonderful.
Well, his basic premise is right? Because he's saying we recruited this guy, we developed this guy, and you just got you reap the benefits.
You rented him for
all
a year.
The work that we did with him, and that's exactly where college football is right now. I just wish we would just stop with the begging people for money. And just make it a minor league, make it a feeder for the NFL.
Well, the problem is there is the begging for money because that's how they survive is on donations. Could you imagine if Jerry had a donation cup out in front of hey, we're going to have to pay Mike $110. Drop your money in the bucket if you want to keep them. I mean, it doesn't work that way in pro sports. There is the minor league aspect of it. But hell, I don't know if the XFL, USFL, whatever's happening with that merger, it feels like it's been way more than the 30-day window. I saw that the XFL was doing something this weekend. I thought, why? I mean, it's Thanksgiving. December 1st is next Friday.
It is.
If they're going to kick off in February, don't we have to get rolling? Right? But even that league doesn't have a donation area.
Again, if it's the big donors and the corporations and all of that, okay. I mean, you want to do that with your money and donate and make the school better. That's great. What I don't like is what happened to UTSA with the students and everybody upset with the students because they didn't pony up more money. To me, that's going too far. If the students want to pony up money, let them do that. But to force them to do that is another thing altogether, because what are they going to school there 3 or 4 years and they're out? And then maybe they'll come back. And I know a lot of people want to do that. But again, that's why we talk about a baby program that it needs
colleges so
decades more to get to where they want to be.
You saw where TCU now costs more than Harvard.
There you go. You see?
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
The great John McClain joins us next here on the Blitz as the Texans get ready for the game of the weekend. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house. They've added extra outlets in the garage, a motion light outside over one of the grills, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. And there's never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to get a project done. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gobble, gobble. It's a Thanksgiving tradition. The Cowboys collide with the Commanders in an NFC East battle at 2:30.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive.
He's still running to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Black Friday is now a game day. The Dolphins take on the Jets in the first ever Black Friday NFL game. Stream for free only on Prime. Black Friday football. Dolphins versus Jets. Coverage begins this Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/watch Black Friday football for details.
O'Reilly. See better and drive safer with new bulbs from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a better view of the road and save. Receive a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate plus 2 times old rewards points with the purchase of Sylvania Silver Star Ultra or select ZXE Twin Pack bulbs. Replace your old bulbs and see better. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are happening right now at Diamonds Direct.
The last and largest store-wide sale of the year is in full swing with an extra 20% off virtually everything. That's in addition to Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable price. Check out our expanded selection. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets. Get the year's best price and ask about special financing too. Engagement rings, designer jewelry, diamond classics, all on sale. Get all the details and special holiday hours now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax. 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the UFC fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Celebrating 10 years in business, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On this Wemby Wednesday.
It's hump day also.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. You know, with NFL games, there's 3 tomorrow, 1 on Friday, and then your full slate of games coming up on Sunday. Make sure you get to sasportstar.com for the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Weekly winners get that $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware over on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the year, grand prize winner gets $1,000 worth of tickets to Awesome Tickets. Need those Drake tickets or whatever's on your mind, Rudy. Make sure you make your picks. Get them in today or early tomorrow morning, because I don't know anybody that could afford to miss 3 games on Thursday and still be in the running for either of the prizes.
You can't. So get in there.
Get your picks in. Now, with all the games this weekend, the game of the week is Sunday in Houston. C.J. Stroud and the Texans, a chance to play for the division lead, hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. A special Wednesday appearance from the great John McClain, because tomorrow, well, he's going to be busy and we're not working. John, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. How's your Wednesday, John?
My day's great, and I'm just glad before the season I wrote and told everybody the Texans were going to be 6-4, playing Jacksonville for the division title with a 3-game lead, with Nick Caserio, a candidate for Executive of the Year, D'Amico Ryan's candidate for Coach of the Year, and C.J. Stroud, runaway winner for Rookie of the Year and an MVP candidate. Y'all remember, right?
We all remember that.
Of course. It's a great article.
Why we have you on every week, because nobody has a crystal ball full of bleep than John McClain.
Yeah, that's because y'all, I think I did that while you guys were enjoying training camp and freezing your little legs off in the West Coast, and you may have missed it.
Oh, is that what it
been
is?
amazing. I got to tell you, it's been amazing. And they know the bubble could burst anytime, but it is amazing. They've won, they're 6-2 over the last 8. And after they won the first 2, beating Jacksonville 37-17 and Pittsburgh 30-6, every game since then, 6 games, have been decided in the last 30 seconds, including 3 with no time on the clock, 1 with 6 seconds left on the clock, 1 with 23 seconds, and then last week they on Sunday there was 30 seconds on the clock. So it's just been amazing when you have a rookie head coach, a rookie play caller, and a rookie quarterback who's worked with 4 centers, that they're able to pull those games out. And the last 2 games, C.J. Stroud has 6 turnovers, and they've won both of them. In the 3 games he's thrown interceptions, they've won them. So it just boggles my mind. And I'm doing a column right now for sportsradio610.com about the McNair family and how excited they are and overjoyed they are because they no longer have controversy. Every time they go to work every day, they don't worry about what's the next shoe that's going to drop. So, and I'm happy for them because, man, with what they went through with Bill O'Brien, Jack Easterby, and Deshaun Watson, they deserve a little peace of mind and success, and they're getting it.
Well, and not only that, John, I mean, some excitement, some hope, some good feeling from Texan fans for sure when it comes to the product on the field. Jason and I talk all the time. Obviously, it's Cowboys heavy, but I'll be honest with you. I can't wait to sit down Sunday and watch this football game between Houston and Jacksonville.
Who would have thought before the season this game would have playoff implications?
Nobody.
Both teams. Jacksonville, maybe. And right now, if the Texans win, they'll be tied for first. Texans will have swept them, and it's like having a third victory. If Jacksonville wins, it'll be a 2-game lead, and Jacksonville will win the division. The Texans have 1 game after this one against a team with a winning record, and it's here against Cleveland with a rookie quarterback in Dorian Thompson-Robinson. And then Jacksonville gets to play Cleveland and Cincinnati back-to-back without their quarterbacks. And they do still play against Lamar Jackson, but they should be in good enough shape to win the division. And if the Texans playoffs started today, the Texans would have a wild card berth. Now they'd have to go on the road, but even if they get plastered, people are going to be so fired up for next season. They might actually get a primetime game or 2 or 3 next season. And C.J. Stroud, of course, is at the forefront. He's setting all kind of possible rookie records. And one of the things that's so exciting that's never happened here. After they lost to Carolina, their second road loss in a row on a field goal with no time left, and Stroud threw for 140 yards, he said, I would like to have more explosive plays. Bobby Slowick, the offensive coordinator, came with Ryans from the 49ers. He now has them throwing the ball 10 or more yards down the field 50.1% of the time. That's even more than Miami, which is 46%, and they're the best vertical team in the league. And they've had linemen, receivers, they missed their starting running back. It doesn't matter who they put out there under D'Amico Ryans, the players, they just don't flinch. They've been missing 3 of their top 4 safeties. Teams are hitting passes, deep passes, but it doesn't matter. They missed 3 of their top 5 linebackers in this last game, and they still pulled it out. And they're exciting because they do throw the ball down the field. No check downs, don't throw a lot of screen passes. And Stroud, it's like he said, okay, he threw for 3 interceptions, first time in his career going back to high school. But he said, Steph Curry, don't stop shooting, and I'm not going to stop flinging it.
The great John McClain joining us here on the Blitz. I know C.J. Stroud was speaking within the last hour or so to the media. I'm curious if you've noticed a difference in the way he is carrying himself between, draft night, training camp, and now that there is the MVP conversation that he is a part of. Does he seem like the same guy to you, or does he feel like he's coming into his own?
Jason, I feel like when he did his first news conference in Houston, I was blown away. Not because he stands up and he's a great talker, but what comes out of his mouth is so impressive, whether it's about football or life. And every time we interview him, twice a week after games and on Wednesday, he always says stuff of substance. It can be entertaining, informative, insightful, takes the blame when he screws up. He doesn't pass the buck. If somebody else drops a pass, he takes the blame for it. And I like everything about him. And I like the way he overcomes adversity. You throw 3 interceptions, he has 6 turnovers in 2 games, and it doesn't seem to faze him. And it doesn't seem to faze Bobby Slowick when he's calling the plays. He doesn't get scared of a rookie who's made some mistakes. And he had only 3 interceptions in 8 games. And now I don't know, he's thrown 2 really bad ones, but all of them are in the opposing end of the field, close to the goal line. He's not thrown one in his end of the field that puts the defense in precarious position. And on Sunday, they stopped the Cardinals 3 times on 4th down, which I don't know that I've seen. And that's with Kyler Murray running the ball and throwing the ball. So if they lose to Jacksonville, it won't surprise me. If they beat Jacksonville, it won't surprise me. Jacksonville has won 1. Jacksonville is 1-10 in the last 11 games. They're winless in Jacksonville, but they won 1 game here, and it was 31-3 in the next to last game of last season. Trevor Lawrence played really well. So I expect this to be a shootout between Lawrence and Stroud, and I think people will be entertained.
You know, John, I know we're all sitting here baffled and excited because the Texans have played as well as they have, but the future really looks bright for this team. I look at a guy like Tank Dell, for example. This guy, you know, we all talk about CJ Stroud, but this guy has really come on. They've got a lot of young, exciting players, and the future for this team beyond this year looks extremely bright.
Since there's so many Cowboy fans listening, I want to point something out. When they signed Dalton Schultz, everybody told me from the Metroplex that he doesn't block. He can't block. He's just a receiver. He has been a blocking fool. He is a devastating blocker, clearing pass. They don't let people play here if they don't block. John Mechie beat cancer. He comes in. He took out T.J. Watt. These wideouts and tight ends love to block. And then Noah Brown, man, oh man, I know he caught like 43 passes last season in his last season for the Cowboys, but he's averaging almost 21 yards a catch. With Nico Collins, their leading receiver, out in Cincinnati, Brown averaged like 30 yards a catch. He has been tremendous. And this is only the second game they will have all their receivers healthy. And now they got a lot of guys who are on 1-year contracts, and they're coming through, like Dalton Schultz. And they're going to have a lot of cap money. And right now, you know, you can't bring back everybody. But one of the things in the future, I think in the past, they had to overpay to get players to come here, or take players who'd been hurt or not played well and then give them an opportunity here. I think now it'll be a destination because everybody likes and respects Ryans and Stroud and what they've got going on at NRG Stadium.
With all due respect, John, nobody asked you about Dalton Schultz. I'm just saying, I'm kidding.
No, because Joe hates Dalton Schultz. I mean, it's just, you know.
Well, he ought to hate him because he is kicking some serious ass.
Yeah, he is. And Joe, wrong again, and just can't deal with it. Hey, real quick, John, on a serious note, the Texans just put out a statement from the defensive end, Dylan Horton, leaving the team for personal health matter. What can you
yeah, I don't know anything about it. It caught everybody off guard. He comes off the bench. He got better and better. On Sunday, after the game with Arizona, Pro Football Focus gave him an 84 grade, which was second highest on the team to Tank Dell's 91.3, which is shocking because he plays a lot and he makes some plays, but he's not a sack guy. So they've had so many players gone out They got a bunch on injured reserve, but they sign them off other teams. Practice squads, they do all kind of things to replace them. And Horton, I'm guessing, I just don't have any insight other than he's gone. And I'm guessing he won't be back for the rest of the season, but they'll welcome him back next season, as they will Kenyon Green, the guard who's on IR for the year after being a first-round pick last year.
Yeah, it's a such a vague statement because he says personal health matter, but he's indefinite period of time. You would think he just asked for a mental health break, but generally it might say that in the statement, and it doesn't. So, wish him well and hope he's able to take care of what he needs to take care of. Yeah.
He played at TCU. He's a fourth-round pick. They like him. And it could be deal with mental issues, or it could be, I don't want to say this because when they've had 3 players that have had cancer through the years, and when they've announced it, they pointed out exactly what it was. Like John Mechie III last year, when they gave him his physical, turned out he had leukemia, and he's overcome it, and he's back on the field. But people like Horton a lot. And if he comes back next year, it'll be like having another free agent or another draft choice.
John McClain joining us here on the Blitz as he does every Thursday. It's Wednesday because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. We're off, and he's going to be eating turkey. So the most important question, John, what is your go-to tomorrow besides the turkey, and what do you want nothing to do with? What will stay away from your plate?
Well, nothing. My wife, who cooks all kind of stuff, would never put cranberry in our house, because cranberry, to me, the way it shakes and moves around reminds me of a liver, and I don't want to see somebody's liver there. And so when I was little, we always had to have it because old people in the family liked it, I think because they'd all been in the Depression, and you had to scrounge for whatever you could scrounge, and I would have rather starved. So unfortunately, my wife cooks a lot of good food, and I eat it, but what I love the most, my plate will be tomorrow, a little turkey. I prefer it in the days following for sandwiches. I'll have dressing and gravy. I'll have mashed potatoes with green peas. I'll have green bean casserole and a lot of gravy on the turkey too.
Outstanding, John. Green bean casserole. I knew there was something about you. That's my favorite.
I love green bean casserole. A lot of people make fun of it, but boy, I don't. I love it.
I'm not a fan of the green bean casserole. I'll put it on the plate just to not make my mom mad, and just kind of move it around a little bit, and then it finds its way into a trash can.
That's what I used to do with cranberry. By the way, I'm writing a column on sportsradio610.com about the McNairs, Hannah and Cal, and how great everything is for them right now, and how Casario and Stroud and Ryans are candidates for postseason awards. And my first quote is, she says that she thinks her husband should be voted comeback owner of the year, and I think that was hilarious, because if they had an award for that, he'd probably be a landslide winner.
Absolutely.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Nick Casario could win executive.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Make sure you
follow. Thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you next week.
Follow John on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. Read his great work there at sportsradio610.com. John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. No surprise that Shaq Leonard, who got released by the Colts yesterday, cleared waivers.
But now what's interesting about this, according to Adam Schefter, is that the Eagles and the Cowboys are interested. If the Cowboys let this guy go to the Eagles, they ought to be hung.
Well, I mean, it's now a bidding war. And what I appreciate, I saw a video of Leonard last night. He gets released in the morning, and he still showed up to his community event where he was passing out turkeys to underprivileged last night there in Indianapolis. That tells me a lot about him.
Yeah, why did he get released? That's the thing.
He did an interview, and I saw the clip online where he said that I guess he had requested a November meeting, wasn't happy about something, and were they going to move him into a backup role, which he wasn't excited about, and instead they moved him off the team. So he got his November meeting. The meeting didn't go the way he was thinking it was going to go, but he still showed up to pass out turkeys on the day that he got fired, which from a character standpoint, something was going on in the locker room. He wasn't happy there. They might not have been happy with them. So, and for the Cowboys to add a depth piece like that, and if anything, if it's the Cowboys and the Eagles, it's a bidding war now. They can't get outbid by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, there is some red flags with this guy. And everybody said, and I've seen Cowboy fans all over the block, we got to sign this guy. He's had 2 surgeries on his back.
Oh, yeah.
And he hasn't truly recovered. And that, according to the article I'm reading here on ESPN, says that he's been very inconsistent lately. His playing time's been inconsistent. His performance has been inconsistent. So before you get all excited, that could be a huge red flag.
I mean, there's some damaged goods, but for the Cowboys, he becomes a depth guy.
But if he can't play, he doesn't become anything. So that's what I'm saying. You go out and sign this guy for $6 million or whatever it is that he still got left, or however that works. That's the number I've seen thrown around. And he doesn't play, or he gets hurt in game 1. I mean, I don't know. There's some red flags there. Sounds like a good thing, shiny object, but maybe it's not as shiny as we think.
And again, everybody had a chance to put a waiver claim in on him.
Absolutely.
And nobody did.
Yeah.
Now, some of that's just because of contract stuff. Like, I'll take you for this price, but not at that price.
Not for that one.
Once you clear waivers. All right, so what are your go-to sides for Thanksgiving tomorrow? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Somebody tweeted us a strange list of top 5 sides. I got questions about this list, but it's top 5 sides for Texans, whatever the hell that means.
For Texans.
But I'm still looking at that list, and there's only 3 on that list that I've ever heard of. There's 2 other things on that list. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next and take your calls on Thanksgiving sides on the Blitz. Now, you think about tomorrow, dinner during the Lions game. You want to be free for the Cowboys game. If you're looking for a place to go watch the Cowboys game, the Roo Pub will open in time for the Cowboys game tomorrow on Thanksgiving. So you want to go watch the game and get away from family, get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. They're going to open up the kitchen at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Then, of course, be open all weekend for all the big games this weekend with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Over the last decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the go-to place to watch any big game, any big event. And when you go there, go hungry because the food is fantastic. Wings, burgers. I love their fried shrimp, the chicken sandwich. Did I mention burgers? Great appetizers. James Pledger tells me their salads are wonderful. And that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. And you know the Roo Pub's going to be hopping tonight. Tonight's one of the biggest drinking nights of the year. So get out and enjoy the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Texas A&M football is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday morning at 10, it's the Aggies and LSU.
Going for Moose, he's got him! That is a touchdown! Aggies!
Aggies, Tigers, Saturday morning at 10. Presented by Ewald Kubota, Just Pots, ABC Home and Commercial Services, Airtron Heating and Air Conditioning, The Angry Elephant, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-613-7356 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-613-7356. 613-7356. What do you have to lose? Call 800-613-7356. Again, 800-613-7356.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Tease the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Carbon Woods that combine speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-5407. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-5407. That's 800-575-5407. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
They're local, they're San Antonio, and they know sports. They're R&R in the morning, KTFM Floresville, and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight, looking to stop what is now a 9-game losing streak. They finish up the back-to-back against the LA Clippers. Tip-off from the Frostbank Center, set for 7 o'clock. Congrats to Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, named as a nominee for the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award, and Deron Bland, Cowboys defensive back, named NFC Defensive Player of the Week, first time in his career.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
Hump day.
Here we go.
Day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Hump day.
It's a Wemby Wednesday.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving Eve, which just happens to be a hump day. I love that camel.
Hump day.
What day is it, Joe?
Hump day.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, what a great day. Favorite day of the week. That's awesome.
Wemby Wednesday.
Hump day.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Double Humps Joe Reinagel.
Double hump.
I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, we certainly appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. And if you're there watching now, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Please do that and comment. One of our listeners, Fred, tweeted us an article about side dishes because green bean casserole has had way too much run this week on the Blitz. Joe is a fan. He's in charge of making the green bean casserole for the Reinagel family.
I think most people are a fan. You are in the minority in that respect.
It kind of goes 50-50.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, maybe I am in the minority
you
on
are.
this.
There's no question.
Because there is an article that was sent to us. This is out of the Austin American-Statesman, where they list the top 5 Thanksgiving side dishes in Texas. Now, this study comes from HubScore, which
yes, of course.
Which specializes in marketing industry data development and more. The website analyzed data gathered from various national cooking and lifestyle surveys across all 50 states to determine each state's favorite side dish. Most states, mashed potatoes came in number 1, but Texas, along with Alaska, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Utah, and Wyoming, green bean casserole is number 1.
Of course it is.
Good Lord, what's wrong with you people?
Of course it is.
No, it's got to be
staple.
mashed potatoes.
It's a staple.
It might be a staple, but is it a bigger staple than mashed potatoes?
No, I don't agree with green bean casserole being ahead of mashed potatoes. No.
All right.
Mashed potatoes should be there. But green bean casserole right under that.
According to this list, mashed potatoes is number 3 in Texas.
See, that's nuts.
Behind corn casserole that comes in at number 2.
I don't even know what the hell corn casserole is.
Me neither.
I have no clue.
It's either corn out of a can,
right?
Corn on the cob, cream style corn out of a can, right? That's what most people are doing on Thanksgiving. You open up a can of corn, it's there.
Well, maybe they call that a casserole.
Well, no, that's not a casserole. That's a can of corn.
Throw some breadcrumbs in there and you got a casserole.
Well, what is corn casserole?
I have no idea what it is. Corn casserole. Does anybody eat corn casserole? Please let us know.
Now, again, the list, top 5 in Texas, according to this article in the Austin American-Statesman. Green bean casserole, number 1. Corn casserole, number 2. Mashed potatoes, 3. Mac and cheese is at number 4. And sweet potato casserole is at number 5.
So, see, I'm not a sweet potato person at all.
All right.
So now, according to Paula Dean, you know who Paula Dean is?
I've heard of her.
She's
one of them.
Cook. Yeah.
Yeah, redneck cooking show
so
types,
you got
right?
Cream corn, whole kernel sweet corn, Jiffy corn muffin mix.
What the hell is that?
What's cornbread?
Oh,
right.
So, I think Jiffy, and I'm thinking popcorn. That could add some entertainment to your casserole.
They're branching out.
All right, apparently.
Sour cream, butter, and cheddar cheese.
All right.
So that's how. And
I mean, it sounds as easy to make as green bean casserole.
It looks. This was a little more complicated.
Well, again, there's nothing easier than green bean casserole if it requires anything more than just opening up one can.
It is the love and the secret ingredients that you put in. I'm telling you.
I don't want to know what your love secret ingredient is for your green bean casserole.
Whatever it is, I can't tell you.
I mean, we already have cream style corn. Or no, cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah, we've got that too. It all blends in together. You see that?
Good Lord.
You'll never know.
My buddy Brian checking in from New Jersey. Gross. The green bean casserole.
Well, he's in New Jersey, for goodness sake. What do you expect?
Yeah, but he's from Virginia.
There you go. That's even worse.
No, see, now Carson's mom, I mean, they're from the backwoods of Covington, Virginia. I mean, they're 10 minutes from West Virginia.
What are they eating? Possum for Thanksgiving?
They might, as long as it's fried. I mean, his mom makes some of the best breakfast in the world. Although his wife, Michelle, just sent me a message that she thinks green bean casserole is also gross.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you don't have any. It's fantastic.
Green bean casserole?
It is a staple.
So see, here's the
especially
thing.
mine.
This is what's wrong with you, Ryan Eagle. Right? You like it, so it's fantastic, and everybody else should eat it.
Of course.
Somebody out there loves sweet potato casserole, and you just pooped all over it.
I don't like that at all.
So it's wrong.
No, people can have it, and we'll have it tomorrow at our feast.
You'll have sweet potato casserole at your feast?
Somebody will have that there. Now, I see, unlike you, I won't even put that on the plate and dance around with it.
Just an ass then, you know?
Well,
so,
yeah.
So, I mean, what if somebody went to all the work, you're not even going to put it on your plate and pretend?
They know, and they know it. I don't like it. I'm not eating it. And then they got this Jell-O stuff with marshmallows in it. Have you ever seen with cranberries?
Like a fruit salad?
I don't know what it's called.
It's called a fruit salad.
Everybody loves that thing,
but
except for me.
Except for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be at our house too. My mom will make that.
Right? Yeah. The little marshmallows in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And deviled eggs. Are you a fan of deviled eggs?
I don't mind those. I'm not.
Does that count as a side dish or more of an appetizer?
That's an appetizer, right?
An appetizer.
And my sister-in-law makes these jalapeno things that are stuffed and they're delicious.
Stuffed jalapenos?
Well, she cuts them in half and there's some kind of stuff. I don't know what it's called.
Probably cream cheese.
No, it's not cream cheese. No, not at all. It's more there's more stuff in there. I don't know what's in there, but it's good.
Was it wrapped in bacon?
No, it's in half. And you just eat it like in half.
You know how to make poppers, right?
Sure.
Right? You cut you can cut the jalapeno in half.
Dude, this is
Stuff it with
Thanksgiving.
Well, did the Pilgrims have jalapenos?
Probably not.
I mean, they didn't have macaroni and cheese either, and they as hell didn't have a green bean casserole.
They had corn casserole, though, I guarantee you.
They might have had corn. It wasn't a casserole yet.
Well, you never know.
So mac and cheese. I've seen a lot of people debate whether that's a true Thanksgiving side.
I would say yes. We won't have that, I don't think. I don't remember
Now,
mac
does
and
it have
cheese.
to be like a homemade mac and cheese, or can you open up a box of Kraft or Velveeta?
No, it'd have to be homemade. I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Everything needs to be homemade. You just open a box.
Oh, is your green bean casserole homemade? Are you going to go find a green bean farm, or are you going to open up a can?
I'm going to open up a can.
So what's the difference in open up a box of Velveeta?
The rest of it is all made with love.
Soak in the macaroni and cheese. As long as it's not the microwavable macaroni. That's disgusting.
Well, what do you like? The one on the pot and with the boiling water?
Well, yeah, you got to boil the water.
Right.
Although, because
don't have to worry about that.
We're not milk drinkers in our house, so we never, unless you just go to the store that day. So we always get the macaroni and cheese that does require the milk. The packet has everything in it.
Wait a minute. You're not a milk drinker unless you go to the store that day? What is that?
Because if you go, if milk ends up in our house and you don't use it right away, it's bad milk after a while. So you can never trust that the milk is fresh.
Well, they have a little date on those things that you can tell whether.
Well, this is what I mean. You know, unless
you don't
go
drink
to
milk, huh?
No.
Now, see, I'm a milk guy. I like milk.
Well, okay.
Unless that was just strange. I'm not a milk guy unless I go to the store that day.
Well, I mean, unless you're cooking something that requires milk, I would not trust the milk in our fridge if it wasn't bought within the last day.
Well, you just buy a little carton.
Well, yeah.
You don't buy the big one.
No, but you're still not using all of it.
Well, I
mean, you need a quarter cup and then you throw the rest away.
You don't eat cereal?
No.
Why?
Because I don't.
Cereal is delicious.
It might be. I don't eat cereal.
None at all.
No.
Nothing.
No.
My gosh.
No.
Wow.
For breakfast in the morning, you either have eggs or those kielbasa breakfast links are fantastic, or I don't eat breakfast.
Or cereal.
I don't eat cereal. Part of the reason I don't eat cereal is we never have fresh milk.
Is there no cereal that you like?
Count Chocolate.
Oh gosh.
It's only available in October.
Now don't eat cereal, Minix, okay? You just stick with what you do.
Not a cereal guy.
Wow. See, I like cereal.
Yeah, but I think we've determined once again, if you don't like what Joe likes, then you're wrong.
Well, this is true.
I mean, life is Ryan Eagle is the only way to live.
I bet you, look, and if we were to take a poll of all the people that are listening to us, it would take forever, first and foremost.
True.
But the majority of people eat cereal.
Do you think?
Yes. The majority of the people eat green bean casserole. The majority of the people are more like me than they are like you.
And the majority of the people probably eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well, they probably do.
And
so
you you hate that.
There's always a one-off.
Yeah, there's always a
one-off.
Yeah. Only guy I know that isn't allergic to peanut butter that doesn't like peanut butter.
Don't like peanut butter. It sticks to the roof of your mouth. It drives me insane.
Mm-hmm. A lot of things drive you insane.
Yes, they do.
Including Bob Ballou, who will join us next on the Blitz.
Bob, are you kidding me?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I got to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now, and well, I'm proud to do so. It's a local company, a family-owned company, and they do great work. Been in business for a long time, and they're not going anywhere. So, they stand behind their work. And we're heading into wintertime. It is Thanksgiving, believe it or not, already. That cold weather is coming. And if you just want to get your roof checked out to make sure that it's safe, there's no better company to call than Stevens Roofing. You can get them online at stevensroofing.net, or the phone number is 210-785-0994. And it doesn't matter what kind of project you have. If you got a commercial property, you need a new roof, they can do that. You want a metal roof on your house, Stevens Roofing can do that. Look, they're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free. Be sure that roof is safe and secure with Stevens Roofing, your local roofer. 210-785-0994, online at stevensroofing.net. And don't forget their saying, buy local, stay local, trust local with Stevens Roofing. 210-785-0994.
It's R&R in the morning.
Monday on R&R, we return after a long weekend off. We're talking Cowboys, we're talking Texans, we're talking Aggies, we're talking Longhorns, and we might even be talking a Spurs win. Cast is back together. We are on a downhill slide toward everything that mattered. Get there early. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Get big savings and big rewards now during Provember at Lowe's. Right now, new and existing MVPs can get 50% off an NFL Plus premium annual subscription and get access to live local and primetime games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, and more. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. New and qualified returning NFL Plus subscribers only. Limited time offer. Promotional pricing applies to this year only. Plan automatically renews until canceled. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 11/30.
Yo, 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 what's up, party people? I'm Julie Foudy.
And I'm Lynn Ozawi.
We host the ESPN podcast Laughter Permitted, where we have candid chats with trailblazing women in sports and beyond.
We've talked with goats like Billie Jean King, Simone Biles, Mia Hamm, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Michaela Schifrin, just to name a few.
So grab a donut or 500 and check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Ally, who has supported us since day one.
It's Laughter Permitted. The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
O'Reilly. It's See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Replace your worn-out wiper blades and get up to a $20 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you purchase a pair of select wiper blades. See store for details. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the UFC fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Celebrating 10 years in business, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Tease the season at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Titleist T-Series irons, which combine exceptional feel, more consistency, and precise control. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Edwin Watts Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Let's talk some Longhorn football with Bob Ballou from KEYE Television in Austin. He joined us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Bob, yay or nay to green bean casserole tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll have some.
Attaboy, Bob.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, I'm good with them.
You see, that's the problem here with Minix, because he thinks just because he doesn't like green bean casserole, nobody likes green bean casserole. And I'm telling him the majority of people do.
Sounds very Minix.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I mean, no, typical Reinagel, not exactly the way I've said it. I am not a fan. It will make the plate just so my mom doesn't get upset. It might move around a little bit on the plate, but it will never actually make it to my belly.
As the saying goes, if Minix ain't happy, ain't nobody.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's the problem.
You know, ask Joe about sweet potato casserole. Exactly.
No, thank you. Thank you on that one.
You see? What are your honest go-tos tomorrow? What are you looking forward to most?
The frozen pizza at the end of the night.
Totino's or DiGiorno's?
We usually Totino's. I actually found one at Sam's. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was pretty good. We'll have some leftover stuff. It's really funny. I mean, dating back to when I was a kid and Texas A&M played on Thanksgiving night and the whole thing. I've never been a huge Thanksgiving fan. Like, it's good. I'll eat it. It's not a bad meal, but like, I'm just not huge into it. But my dad and I were always just like, I can't wait for that frozen pizza in the middle of the Texas A&M game. So now it's obviously, I guess, the Mississippi State game or an NFL game, but it comes a little bit after the Cowboys get a big win over Washington tomorrow, but we'll get some frozen pizza tomorrow night.
You know, Bob, I've got to ask you as we talk college football. I think I know it was you. I read your tweet yesterday, and you see you couldn't believe. I think I read this that Oregon. What'd you say? Oregon was ahead of Texas, or what was that tweet?
Yeah, I just said I still can't understand why they're ahead of Texas or Alabama. We've got 2 weeks to go. Again, as I've said all along, this will play itself out. I think in the end, we're obviously going to lose an undefeated this weekend. There are 5 of them. It'll go down to 4, possibly 3 if Florida pulls an upset, possibly 3 if Oregon State pulls an upset. I don't think we have to worry about Georgia Tech pulling an upset. But what I mean by it is just that I understand that people love the eye test. It's not that I don't get it. Oregon's look great. I don't think in any way this is really a knock on Oregon. But who are they playing? They have no wins against current ranked teams. And like I was saying this last night to myself. So Oregon beats Cal at home by 44. Texas beats TCU on the road by 3. Both those teams are 5 and 6. is that what we're going to go on to base the playoffs? Like, does the Texas win over Alabama mean nothing? Does the Texas win over, K-State mean nothing? Does Oregon's win over Utah mean nothing? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I've been surprised since they first released these rankings that Oregon jumped Texas after they beat Utah. And now Utah's not even in the top 25. Kansas State's barely in the top 25 at 23. I'm just surprised that you would put Oregon over Texas and really Alabama too, considering what Alabama's schedule looks like and who Alabama's played. I just think if you were going to take those three teams, I would put Texas and Alabama both above Oregon. And I understand the eye test is important to people. I just don't think Oregon's playing anybody, so it's a little easier to blow people out.
Well, they're going to, right?
And I don't know how much the blowout actually means. If you're 10-1, you're 10-1.
Well, no, it used to mean something, Bob. It used to mean something.
Right.
Style points used to mean something, and it still should.
I agree. I agree, but I also think that if Texas winning in Tuscaloosa should matter. And I don't know that.
God, did that happen this year, or was that 2 years ago? It seems like a long time ago.
Oh, that was 9 weeks ago or whatever. And I'm like, sure.
All right.
It was.
So Bob, as you think about this weekend, Oregon against Oregon State. Now, Oregon State's good. They damn near upset Washington last week. If Oregon is in a tight game with Oregon State and Texas blows out Texas Tech, the way you've been watching the committee this year, you would think that matters. So you almost need Texas to blow out Texas Tech. And again, Oregon barely escaped Lubbock. They needed some a late defensive touchdown to get out of Lubbock with a close win back when Texas was beating Alabama.
And I do think there's an important point that we'll see from the committee on that front when we get into what happens next week. If Texas does win big, and I don't know what people are going to consider big, but if Texas does win big over Texas Tech, how much does that matter that they now have a common opponent, and they can say, well, Oregon, like you said, took a late pick six or late the interception and scored to win 38-30. And Texas beat, whatever the 48-20. Is it a bigger deal that Texas won by 4 touchdowns and Oregon only beat this team by 8? But Oregon was on the road and Texas was at home. And there are just so many factors that go into all of this. I'll be interested. That's what I said. I was tweeting with another guy about that. I said, I do think if Texas blows out if Texas blows out Texas Tech, the committee can say, yeah, they have a common opponent now. Texas beat them bad, Oregon didn't. Let's jump Texas ahead. But then you can also go the reverse of that and say, well, the next week Texas plays Oklahoma State. If they win in a close game and then Oregon gets revenge on Washington, now you say, well, maybe we jump Oregon back over Texas. So, in the end, I think when we come down to a week from Sunday, when we have our teams, and let's say Texas and Oregon are both in the mix, I think we're going to, whatever the committee says, they'll be able to justify it. Because I don't think there's like a clear-cut answer to Texas and Oregon right now. But I think by next Sunday, the committee will feel like it has a clear-cut answer and be able to make a decision based on everything that's played itself out. That's why I think all this is so important for Texas. And I kind of said this, I do believe recency bias is something with this committee. And so if Texas blows out Tech and Oklahoma State next week, they're going to go, okay, this is the team. Go back and look. They beat Baylor by 32. They beat BYU by 29. They beat Kansas by 26. They beat Kansas State, who's a ranked team with their backup quarterback. And then they blew out, Tech in the last week and then blew out Oklahoma State in the Big 12 title game. That paints a different picture for Texas. And so I think there's a lot that's going to go into this.
Yeah, it does. And it's like, that's why we need to move on and expand this thing. And I'm happy that that's being done. Same token, though, I think what happened to Florida State this week is wrong. Why do you drop them or leapfrog Washington over them? Because their quarterback got hurt. I just don't see that as being right.
And to that point, the committee did say it had nothing to do with Georgia.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think they've looked at Washington's full resume and said, well, Washington just got a big win on the road in Corvallis. They've done everything they need to do to show us they are a better team than Florida State. If that's the decision they make, fine. In the end, to me, It doesn't matter. If it's Georgia undefeated, Michigan undefeated, Washington undefeated, and Florida State undefeated, they're going to the playoff. If you're an undefeated team in a Power 5 conference, you're in the playoff. I don't care what happened to your quarterback. But it is going to be important when Florida State plays Florida for their backup quarterback to come in and look good and look the part. And everybody keeps bringing up Ohio State in 2014 with Cardale Jones, the third-string quarterback who came in and dominated Wisconsin. And they said, okay, well, this team's better than Baylor and TCU with their backup quarterback. So we're going to see it from Florida State. We got to see Texas play with a backup quarterback and win twice. Now we're going to see what Florida State can do with it against Florida, and then most likely Louisville, and then we go from there.
It's going to be interesting.
That's fun.
Ultimately, a couple weeks to go. Gut feeling: Texas make the playoffs or no?
Yes, that my gut feeling has been all along. They make the playoff, and they'll play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. I think. I just think. I mean, it just sets up for it, right? I mean, if Texas gets in, it's most likely going to be as the 4 seed. Georgia gets its pick of as the number 1 seed where it wants to play. It's obviously going to choose the Sugar Bowl over Pasadena because their fans can travel and be closer. It's in the South, and then they'll play the 4 seed, which would be Texas. That is what I think happens, but I won't be surprised if in this process, let's say there are 3 undefeateds and an Oregon, and they take Oregon over Texas. It's not going to just I'm not going to be baffled by it. I understand, but I also just think it really sucks because both Oregon and Texas, if there aren't 4 undefeateds, both Oregon and Texas are going to be deserving of a playoff spot. And that's going to be a really tough thing for whichever team doesn't get in. And to me, it's kind of like 2008 when Texas beat Oklahoma on the neutral field by 10 points, didn't get into the Big 12 title game because of the BCS standings rule that they had at the time. Oklahoma gets in and then gets to go play Florida for the national championship. Kind of that same thing where you went, that 2008 team was probably Mac Brown's second best team. The 05 team obviously was his best. It was better than the 09 team, and that played for the national championship. And to be honest, I'm trying to not let my history repeating itself, whatever. This Texas 23 team reminds me a lot of that 08 team. Brian Arakpo and Roy Miller were just absolutely dominant on that defensive line. Tavondre Sweat and Byron Murphy, it's a little bit different in position-wise, but they are dominant on that defensive line. Texas has given up 82 rushing yards a game, and that's probably going to be the most fun part of Saturday. Taj Brooks, a kid from the Austin area, Texas Tech's running back, is 3rd in the nation in rushing yards per game, averaging 122 per. He's going to love to come home and get this shot to play Texas. He didn't get to play here 2 years ago because he was hurt. Now he gets a shot to do it against this great Texas run defense. And I think that's what's going to make Friday so fun is can Texas continue to do what it's doing, suffocate teams in the run game and force them to throw? And then, vice versa, Tech's defense isn't terrible. Giving up 24 a game, they're kind of middle of the pack in everything they do, which is much better than they've been in the past. And so I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic too, is can Texas get going offensively? And again, as we keep saying, can they blow out Texas Tech? Well, there's a lot that goes into that, but yes, that's kind of what they need to do on Friday to put themselves in a better position to make the playoff. And obviously, we're talking about all this with 10-1 Texas. We've never like you said, it's fun. But this is all fun because we get to do this. We haven't done this in forever.
What is a blowout? 2 touchdowns?
No, I think it's 3.
3?
I mean, I think if you're a committee and you say Texas wins this game by whatever score it is, but it's by 3 touchdowns or more, I think you can consider that a blowout.
All right.
And especially dependent on what it looks like too. I mean, if it's a 4-point game in the fourth quarter, I think people will look at that because that's just how people, I mean, when it comes down to the last thing you see, you're going to remember what you saw. Nobody remembers, I don't think nobody remembers that Texas was up, whatever it was, 13-10 on Wyoming in the third quarter, 13-10 on Kansas. And they go look and they go, oh, yeah, they beat Wyoming by 4 touchdowns. They beat Kansas by 4 touchdowns. But in the end, you're going to remember, Texas was down 3 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they won by 20, but they were down 3 in the fourth quarter. Are they still that team?
It's interesting because we got to clarify what is a blowout because I remember you saying they were going to dominate Kansas and win 33-30, which you nailed spot on. So that'll be a prediction that lives in infamy forever. How many times have you run that clip on television?
People are tired of me. I can at least tell you that.
Did KI turn it into a promo?
No, not yet. We need to do that actually.
I
Maybe
agree.
We'll do that before they play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Have you played it more than Ryan Eagle played on Kent's TV his 70-foot birdie putt?
Were you around? Around then, Bob?
I wasn't. I think if I remember correctly, that was the debut of AI, and that was not real. I could be wrong.
It was real, and I ran that thing for 3 weeks, and they finally told me, Joe, that's enough.
And you know what, Joe? I don't blame you for running it for 3 weeks because I did the exact same thing.
Absolutely, you would. All right, Bob, what's the final score going to be?
God, I was thinking about this. This has been weird because they haven't scored more than 40 this year, and then the last 2 weeks they've scored 29 and 26. I think they get back into the 30s this week, and it's going to be a weird. I just think they're tired of hearing that we can't blow somebody out.
Good.
They're tired of hearing that we're not that good. Now, again, the definition of a blowout, I don't really know. I think I had 36-17 in my head, but I may switch that to 41-17. I think they're going to get over 40 this week, and they're going to make it to the Big 12 championship game and say we're ready to prove who we are. We're 11-1. We're going to go beat Oklahoma State, and we're going to make a case for ourselves for the playoff.
41-17.
Or he could fudge and say, what was the first one? 37-17? 36, yeah. So either way.
So we got 36, 41, 46, 47. Here we go, 17. No green bean casserole. Yep. And a frozen pizza to boot.
Frozen pizza to boot. That's all we need tomorrow night.
Now, all right.
Happy Thanksgiving, Bob.
I feel like Minix was ready to come at me.
Yeah, he was. But
well, I mean, again, the square pizza, the DiGiorno's. I mean, it might be one of those where you go like bagel bites.
Yeah, the Costco pizza is great. I don't know about the Sam's, but the Costco one is great.
It's the same damn pizza.
No, it's not. Costco is much better than Sam's.
Here we go.
Oh, it's called. I got it. No, I found it. It's called Jack's.
Jack's Pizza.
Or Jack's Original Thin Pepperoni and Sausage. Ready to go.
Enjoy that eventual Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49er team tomorrow night, Bob, with that cold pizza.
Did you say the Super Bowl champion Cowboys?
I said 49ers.
I don't know if you saw this, but it's happening this year. They inducted Jimmy Johnson. They're going
curse
to
is over.
Johnson. Yep. The curse is over. It's
okay,
lifted.
yeah. I've heard that for the last 30 years, though.
No. Now the curse is over.
The curse of Jimmy Johnson is behind them. They can go win a Super Bowl.
I tell you what, beat somebody good, and then I'll start believing.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's win against a Washington team.
Yes,
is always a big one. So,
always. Appreciate you, Bob.
All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Appreciate
Thanksgiving,
it. Bob Ballou on the Buyers Barricades guest line. According to TexAgs.com, Billy Lucci, Olin Buchanan, Jeff Traylor has already been eliminated as a candidate for the A&M coaching job. We'll dive into the article that dropped while we were talking with Bob Ballou. That's next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let me tell you about Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Quartermoon, they're experts at worst-case scenarios. And look, over the next couple of days, you're either going to be somewhere at a house with a bunch of people, or you're going to have a bunch of people at your house, and your toilet's going to be working overtime, and it's not used to that many flushes. If you're having an issue, call Quartermoon. Your sink is going to be working overtime with all the stuff that you're cooking and everybody scraping that green bean casserole into the garbage disposal. If it backs up, Quartermoon will get you taken care of. Even on Thanksgiving, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked. They got all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. Keep the phone number handy just in case. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gobble, gobble. It's a Thanksgiving tradition. The Cowboys collide with the Commanders in an NFC East battle at 2:30.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive. He's still running to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This Thanksgiving at Total Wine & More, find bourbons and Cabernets that you adore. Our helpful guides are so friendly and nice. So many bottles to try at the lowest price. So gather with friends as you sit down to eat. Grateful for all who made Thanksgiving complete.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Black Friday is now a game day. The Dolphins take on the Jets in the first ever Black Friday NFL game. Only on Prime. Black Friday football. Dolphins versus Jets. Coverage begins this Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/watch Black Friday football for details.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on power tools, automotive jacks and stands, and portable inverter generators this holiday season. Save in store or at northerntool.com.
Black Friday is now a game day. The Dolphins take on the Jets in the first ever Black Friday NFL game. Stream for free only on Prime. Black Friday football. Dolphins versus Jets. Coverage begins this Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/watch Black Friday football for details.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does 2 things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
2 things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
2 things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Dell's Black Friday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. It's the perfect time to upgrade any home, business, or gaming setup powered by Intel Core processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of huge savings and free shipping. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Semenix on this Wemby Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. The Aggies head to Death Valley as they finish up the regular season against LSU on Saturday. Kickoff set for 11. Pregame starts at 10 o'clock with Andrew Monaco. A&M football on 94.1, presented by Ewald, Kubota, Just Pots, ABC Home and Commercial Services, and the Angry Elephant 281 and Redland Road. A lot of people seem to think after the regular season game, early next week, Texas A&M will hire their next head coach. A few minutes ago, TexAgs.com tweeted out an article written by Olin Buchanan. And they're talking about the coaching search. Now, the line at the end, Ross Bjork said the next coach must be involved in the community and on campus, have a strong personality, be a recruiting machine, be active in the transfer portal, and embrace NIL, along with other things, like time management, helping out the offense, all that kind of stuff. Everything that I have heard from Ross Bjork since he fired Jimbo Fisher about what he is looking for in his next head coach is Jeff Traylor to a T. Yet this article by Olin Buchanan also says Jeff Traylor has reportedly been eliminated as a candidate.
Hey, and it looks like Mike Elko is the front runner, along with what's his name, Fish from Arizona. So we'll see. And it also, we're seeing things about Ryan Day from Ohio State, which makes no sense to me. Why would you leave Ohio State for Texas A&M? I'm not sure why that would happen. But I feel bad for Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher.
He's not a candidate either.
Jeff Traylor. Jeff Fisher. Thinking about Jimbo, I guess, is on my mind. But I feel bad for him because you're right. Everything that Bjork says in that final statement is Jeff Traylor to a T. Everything. And so the Aggies are going to go a different direction. Well, so be it. We'll see what happens.
The current interim coach, Elijah Robinson, also a candidate. And they go with kind of a horse racing analysis and those with the inside track, although it's a wide open race. And even, Billy Lucci in this article is basically quoted as saying, I have no idea who the real leading candidate is. So you start looking at who is not. And, like a Lanning and, a Dan Campbell, they're not, although they would be leading candidates if they were interested. Another guy that is mentioned in this article getting a lot of love is the current coach at Oregon State. And you look at Oregon State and their head coach, Jonathan Smith. Jonathan Smith was quarterback at Oregon State. It's very much like Cliff Kingsbury going back to Texas Tech back in the day, right?
Right.
But with everything going on in the Pac-12, that they're going away, they're now a Pac-2 with Oregon State and Washington State. Some would wonder, would Jonathan Smith leave his alma mater, a place that he loves, but it's not going to be the same?
That would make sense.
Now, their athletic director today put out a statement saying that they're working on a long-term contract with guaranteed money for Jonathan Smith and also increasing the salary pool for the assistant coaches.
Yeah.
Now, he was on the radio yesterday up in Portland, Jonathan Smith, where I appreciate the honesty and behind the curtains because he loves Oregon State. And he was asked, about the rumors, because it's not just the A&M job that Jonathan Smith's name has been linked to. And basically he says, we're looking at all opportunities.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to be sarcastic here. It's like, I've got an agent that's got a job. He best be finding out what is out there and people calling it, right? I mean, that's how that works. I can tell you from his side, he best be working just because I'm paying him so much, right? They get a percentage of I'm making him a couple $1 million. Right? I mean, so I'm not trying to be sarcastic. So, and I think any coach, they're aware of what's potentially out there through if their agent's doing their job. And again, I'm not trying to dodge the question or anything, but I'm also trying to be truthful here of how this thing works.
And I appreciate the truthfulness. And if your agent's not looking at what's out there, you need a new agent. So, and I'm sure Jeff Traylor's agent is doing the same thing because.
And better be.
And folks, let me tell you something, UTSA fans, just because this A&M job may go away there are others on the horizon that may come his way. So, while you dodge one bullet, perhaps there could be more coming.
You know, and people, Arkansas and Houston still linger. I don't think Houston, I mean, one, they haven't fired Danny yet. He's not leaving here to go to Houston, although that is going to the Big 12. If there's another Big 12 job that opens up that I'd be concerned about, would be up in Waco at Baylor.
Perhaps. But I would see a Houston job, even though they are in the Big 12. It just, that doesn't seem like an upward move to me at the moment, honestly.
I mean,
maybe a little bit.
But if he could do at Houston what he's done at UTSA with Tillman Fertitta's pocketbook, I mean, now all of a sudden you got Houston as a major player, just kind of like SMU. You know, they're not worried about TV money because, you know, they have some guy that wrote them a gazillion-dollar check. Go do what you need to do here. Make the Pony Express relevant again.
They have a lot of those guys that can write that kind of check at SMU. And it costs a fortune just to get into that school. But it's going to be interesting to see. And if this is true, if Elko's the guy or somebody else, hey, I wish the Aggies well, and I hope they do well. I just think that they're missing out on an opportunity here to give a guy that is up and coming an opportunity to show what he can do with the proper tools to get that done, because he's getting it done here in San Antonio with not even a smidge.
You look at the comments that Jeff Traylor has made this week, starting with what he said on the Blitz on Monday afternoon. And afterwards, I said, you know, the problem with these job searches being so public and being out there, you know, I described it then. It's like a politician when they lose the race. How do they handle facing their supporters again? And Jeff Traylor talked about this being a win-win, that his name is always in the news this time of year because that means you're winning. But he also said it gets a lot of people at your current school that want to keep you moving in the right direction, whether it's administrators or boosters willing to write checks. So you kind of wonder if on Monday when he was on with us, if he's been told, hey, we appreciate it, but you're not the guy. Now, but again, I feel like I know Jeff Traylor well enough. You know Jeff Traylor well enough, all of San Antonio, that if he wasn't a candidate, he would say that.
I would think
and
so.
He hasn't even, that I've seen, admitted that he's actually interviewed for the job. Well, every time he's asked about it, he sidesteps the question, doesn't confirm, doesn't deny that he even interviewed for the job. It's, you know, it's all about my players. You know, I've had this, and he goes through the resume, you know, the COVID year, we had this. I mean, you know, he's well-versed at not answering the question. If you're eliminated, you don't get the job. If he knew that or knows that, I wonder, because that would put a lot of this to bed real quick.
Well, sure, it would. But if you're Jeff Traylor, why would you do that? Why would you come out and say that? I mean, I'd keep this thing going because, as he said, it gets people talking, it gets people working, right? So I wouldn't. And again, but I appreciate the Oregon State coach coming out and saying, look, if my agent's not looking, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear Jeff Traylor say that. If my agent's not looking, he's not doing his job.
Well, that's it. And have you talked to him? No. As your agent? Well, I mean, and his agent should be. I mean, that's what they do. You know, because Jeff Traylor, you know, there was a lot of things that were not done yet, but you hear that from every coach until you see them at a press conference somewhere else. You know, we saw that with Notre Dame before dude ended up at LSU. I ain't going anywhere. And then all of a sudden, you know, the very next day, he's at LSU with the introductory press conference. That's how the business works. It's lie. Hey, here I am. I couldn't tell you the truth.
Of course. And there are reasons why you can't tell the truth.
Sure.
I mean, there are reasons why. So if this gets UTSA a benefit, if it gets Jeff Traylor a raise, all of those things are win-win for UTSA. But if this is true, that he's been eliminated from contention, it's not the last. And there are going to be more openings coming up after the season that Jeff Traylor's name will pop up as a candidate. Whether he takes any of those jobs or not remains to be seen, but he certainly will be considered a candidate for many of them.
When he is one of the hottest names in the group of 5 coaches that are out there, and you look at striking while the iron is hot.
Mm-hmm.
You think about Campbell at Iowa State. A couple years ago, man, that guy could have had the pick of his job.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know that that's the case anymore.
It's not.
The dude that was at Western Michigan that ended up at Minnesota, Van
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Luck or whatever his name is. I mean,
yeah.
So there are coaches. You look at Lance Leopold, getting the Buffalo and then getting the Kansas job. And, he's not even mentioned in this TexAgs article. And in PJ Fleck, that's right. Thanks, Pledge. I would think he would be one that would certainly be in the mix.
It just depends on what you're looking for, and if you pick the names there, if Traylor is indeed out, it's got to be Elko, because he's the only guy that somewhat fits what Bjork said that he wanted. Those other guys, well, they don't know Texas. They have no ties to Texas A&M.
They don't, and you wonder what high school coach would they hire on their staff?
Or Jeff Robinson.
Jeff Traylor was that guy. Yeah, Robinson would certainly stay there. I think about like David Wetzel. When Rule came to Baylor, he hired David Wetzel and out of Reagan High School, who was at the time president of the Coaches Association. Yep. That's what you could do there. Now, what Fish has done at Arizona is pretty remarkable, considering the dumpster fire that Kevin Sumlin put them in. So, there's a possibility there. But even then, I just, everything that I read that A&M wants is Jeff Traylor.
Well, that's what I mean. Don't come out with a list of this is what we're looking for, and then you go hire some dude from New Jersey who has no ties to A&M at all. I mean, so just say, hey, we want the best candidate.
Could you imagine walking into the Dixie Chicken and your members-only jacket and your gold chain coming out?
Exactly.
You pull up in your Camaro. That's New Jersey.
It's New Jersey. That's where that dude's from. And he's done a great job at Arizona. That's great. But you want somebody with ties that recruits, that all of that stuff, don't say that anymore, because you're just not telling the truth.
I don't know if I'm happy or disappointed if Jeff Traylor is truly eliminated.
Well, I mean, I think it's bittersweet for both. That you're happy that he's staying.
For now.
Sad for Jeff Traylor that he's not getting an opportunity like that, if this is all true.
And still amazing to me that Texas A&M was even entertaining and interviewed the head coach
Absolutely.
at UTSA, when you consider where this program.
Kudos to Traylor.
I mean, the UTSA football program isn't as old as this here radio station.
No, it's not.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. James Slater from the NFL Network joins us next as we get ready for Cowboys Washington on Thanksgiving. And it is a holiday weekend. Tonight is a big party night. None of you plan on getting arrested, but some of you will. Whether it's too much partying or too much family, you get yourself arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. The best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Texas A&M football is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday morning at 10, it's the Aggies and LSU.
Going for Moose, he's got him! That is a touchdown! Aggies!
Aggies, Tigers, Saturday morning at 10. Presented by Ewald Kubota, Just Pots, ABC Home and Commercial Services, Airtron Heating and Air Conditioning, The Angry Elephant, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car right in your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
This year, Staples will not be celebrating the holidays. Instead, we're celebrating the holiday deals with amazing savings for the holiday season. Save 60% on custom holiday cards, save 60% on custom invitations, and save 60% on custom photo gifts like mugs and calendars. During Staples holiday deals, it's not about the ho-ho-ho, it's about saving do-do-do. Save 60% on custom cards, invitations, and photo gifts today at Staples. Ends 12/2. Visit staples.com/print for more details.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are happening right now at Diamonds Direct. The last and largest store-wide sale of the year is in full swing with an extra 20% off virtually everything. That's in addition to Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable price. Check out our expanded selection. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets. Get the year's best price and ask about special financing too. Engagement rings, designer jewelry, diamond classics, all on sale. Get all the details and special holiday hours now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Smoker's Paradise is fully stocked with everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Shop the Smoker's Paradise Black Friday specials all day this Friday. All Smoker's Paradise stores are 25% off all day, excluding tobacco products. Visit smokersparadise.com for a location near you.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Monday Night Football. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Dak Prescott named as a nominee for the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award today. Big honor for Dak. Cowboys defensive back Deron Bland named as the NFC's Defensive Player of the Week. First time in his career to receive that honor. Spurs return to action tonight, looking to stop what is now a 9-game losing streak, taking on the LA Clippers for the second consecutive time. Tip-off from the Frostbank Center set for 7 o'clock.
Guess what day it is?
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Here we go. Oh, good Lord.
Hump Day.
It's a Wemby Wednesday. We'll talk Spurs Clippers coming up in a bit. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. As you do every Wednesday, the great Jane Slater from the NFL Network joins us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Jane, I know you're going to spend Thanksgiving at Jerry World, and he puts out a great spread. I'm just curious if green bean casserole makes it to your plate.
I like green bean casserole. What I don't like is my grandparents are they were from Frederick, Maryland, and she used to make oyster casserole.
Oh,
what? God, disgusting.
That sounds disgusting.
Now, what is oyster casserole exactly?
imagine some slimy little things in a casserole dish, and they just loved it. Oh gosh, so disgusting.
Now I know, after spending the day watching the Cowboys beat up on Washington, and you get around your family, what's the go-to at the Slater house?
My mom's gonna hate this, and thankfully she's doing so great this year, guys.
Awesome.
Yay,
She was
good.
struggling with terminal cancer. My parents just celebrated 44 years, so they got in their RV. So they're actually going to the Grand Canyon in Sedona, since she's in a bit of a remission right now. But my mom's not a great cook, so I wouldn't say there's anything special from my mom. That's why I always, and honestly, I've worked, this will be my 13th, I think, Thanksgiving Day game. So typically Thanksgiving for me is at Jerry's World, and I've talked about this before. The mac and cheese is elite. It is the best mac and cheese I've ever had. So I look forward to the Jerry spread. But my aunts make a nice, really like little banana pudding that I really, really enjoy. But
That's
yeah, my
good.
mom she doesn't have any great dishes.
Well, mac and cheese, and Jerry does throw a good spread. He's been throwing that for a while now, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's worth not being
I mean,
home.
it is, you feel like you are at a really nice cater event, because, I cover other teams and go to other stadiums, and God bless New Orleans. That's rough food. Green Bay was rough. There are a couple of places, but Jerry, I mean, I'd put it up against some of the restaurants.
Now, the question for you, especially, you have that spread pregame. It's the 3:00 game. And if this game goes the way I expect it to, the second half might be good for a nap, but you can't do that while you're working.
Oh, I'm ready. Like, I have anxiety. I was actually going to go work out after this interview, but I was like, I need to get to bed, because I get up at 5 a.m. on game days, and I've got to be at the stadium at 7. So my first live shot's at 8 in the morning on Good Morning Football, and then I will be there doing post game until about 8:30. So it's a long one. So to your point, you sort of just sit up in the press box and you try not to fall asleep. You watch the noon game, and it's a long day, and it doesn't really make sense to leave. You guys know this. I live about 30 minutes from the stadium. By the time I left and came back, the traffic, it just doesn't make sense. So
Sure.
I just sit there for 3 hours. Yeah.
All right, Jane. Look, I know it's Washington. They got beat by the Giants last week, but I don't know what it is about Washington. They always seem to at least hang around and give the Cowboys fits. Are you worried at all about tomorrow?
Well, listen, it's hard to think that the Commanders will come out on top with this, but to your point, they're the only NFC East team that McCarthy doesn't have a winning record against is coming to Dallas. And so, I would argue that they've got to be really careful with this. They didn't overlook Carolina, although they started out pretty sluggish in that one. And, they kind of overlooked Arizona. They keep saying they're not going to do that again. But wasn't it RG3 and Colt McCoy who came in here and have upset them? And then last year, I remember heading into, it was the final game of the year. I was on the road for that one, and Sam Howell was his first start. When the Cowboys couldn't move the ball down the field, they had a couple of turnovers. They were really, really physical. A lot of people will talk to you, even though they traded away 2 of their best players, they're like the 49ers. I mean, it's an ice bag game. It's an iconic matchup, and they're still tough up front. Now, again, the Giants are a hard litmus test, but they were able to get to DeVito quite a few times. 9 sacks in that one. They had 5 in the first quarter. I don't think you'll see that many sacks against the Cowboys, because their offensive line is, finally healthy heading into this one, with the exception of Jaron Kearse. They're healthy across the board heading into this one. But stranger things have happened for the Cowboys when it relates to the Commanders. I don't know what it is about that team. And Ron Rivera is sitting here kind of playing for his job.
He might already know he might be out regardless. But when I think about the pressure that you're going to see from the Washington front, and last week, we even saw Zach Martin get beat a couple of times pretty good, which I didn't think was possible. Terrence still struggling a bit, but Dak in his legs keeping plays alive might be the biggest difference we've seen out of Dak Prescott. over the last several weeks, from the last couple of years to even at the beginning of the season. And he's playing, he even said, some of the best football of his career. Is it because he is getting out of the pocket and using his legs a little bit more, either in run plays or to keep plays alive?
He's got a new girlfriend. I'm kidding. He does though.
Dude, the truth. I mean, you're not kidding. I mean, I think maybe there's something to that.
Hey, you want to show me a successful man? Show me a good woman behind him. Yeah, to your point, since week 8, he's leading the league with 13 passing touchdowns. And to your point, I asked him yesterday when we were up at the Star, I said, have you gone to Mike McCarthy and asked to use your legs more? And he said no, which I was kind of shocked by. I thought, if anything, he went to him and said, hey, let me get back to vintage Dak. But it just feels like things are clicking more for them. Now, they've had some interesting matchups in that stretch, but, you know, you could argue the Chargers were a hell of a game. I mean, Chargers are a good team. And I thought they played really, really well in that one. The Rams are kind of a shell of what they were, but I still think Sean McVay is a hell of a coach. Yeah, we've gone back. And then playing the way they played against the Eagles, I thought the way they played against the Eagles, although they lost that one, told me a lot about this team and where they were getting. And if you talk to Dak, it's like his confidence is back. The confidence of CeeDee Lamb is at an all-time high. He feels like he's the guy. And I mean, when he's getting double and triple coverage, I feel like he's finally coming down with the ball. And then again, I don't know what to make of Tony Pollard having a big game against Carolina, but talking to him this week, he had a megawatt smile, guys. I mean, and CeeDee Lamb sort of talked about this. He said, you know, when they go on the road, they sit together, they watch film together. And for a while, you know, it was CeeDee Lamb waiting for his game. And I had even said to Pollard a couple of weeks ago, you know, CeeDee's finally going off. Are you waiting for the big one? You know, do you have anxiety about it this year? And he said, no. He's like, I know it's going to come. But he did say, you know, getting it into the end zone, it felt good to get that adrenaline rush. And you know how it is with some of these running backs. You've got to keep feeding them. They haven't really fed him this year. In fact, week 3 was the last time we saw him go for over 70 yards rushing. And we hadn't seen a rushing touchdown from him until week 1. And so if they can start marrying that passing game, and I'm still waiting to see, I think the real litmus test will be how they perform against the Seattle Seahawks next Thursday, and then they've got the Eagles. So a little bit of a gauntlet here. That's why they need this one so much. But yeah, I think everything's trending in the right direction. I think I put a little bit of an asterisk next to it, which I know is not fair, but I just put an asterisk next to it because of some of the teams they've been beating up on, right?
Yep. No, there's no question, Jane. I mean, I think that's a legit point, and they should beat Washington. So you look at it, and you said it. You stay healthy, take care of business this Thursday. Then you've got Seattle, Philly. You've got that gauntlet where you got to travel to Buffalo and Miami. Then you've got the Lions. So December's going to tell the tale with this Dallas Cowboys football team.
That's why, you know, I put out earlier about the Cowboys are kicking the tires and, you know, doing their homework on Shaq Leonard. Here's why I think that one's interesting. I know that it's always, you know, go ahead and, you know, put your name next to Dallas and it just dries up the number. And that's true. I think there's a lot of teams that are looking for a linebacker of Shaq Leonard's caliber. But I was actually talking to another friend that's an insider in the league. And, you know, he's not the same Shaq Leonard. And we've seen the Cowboys roll the dice on some of these players that have a little bit of the injury concern. And I'll tell you, I don't believe Leighton's coming back next year. I know he's like hopeful and I know he's working through it. It's just my sense is he's working towards it. But if I had to bet, I don't think he's going to be back next season. And so when I look at that, them doing these deals with like the Seth Gilmores and the Brandon Cooks, I could see them making an appeal to Shaq about the desire to come to Dallas. And a lot of guys want to play in Dallas right now. But I think that would really help bolster that side of the defense. And so as much as I normally say, take this with a grain of salt, I think this one's a little interesting and something I'm sort of keeping an eye on because I do think that you're going to need him. I mean, think some of those teams that you're going to be matching up against in December. That's why I think this Shaq Leonard thing's kind of interesting to me.
Well, I think interesting too, because he and Gilmore were teammates there in Indianapolis, reportedly were close friends. I wonder how much that would influence him if he is weighing offers between, say, Dallas and Philadelphia.
man, you sit there and wonder, how can Philadelphia keep affording all of these players, right? I mean, Howie Roseman, they always say, like, oh, you got to pay all these people. And that's why I think they're going to draft a linebacker next year, but you do want veteran linebackers in there. That's why I think that they could make a really compelling case to Shaq Leonard about coming to Dallas. So that's why I'm like, I've heard people go, oh, he's going to go to the 49ers. He's going to possibly. But I think this is one that I think is very interesting. And I don't have any inside intel. It's just my sense on it is, if you kind of follow the tea leaves, this would be one I would pursue if I was Dallas.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Jane Slater from the NFL Network, bright and early tomorrow while you wake up. She's going to be at the stadium doing live shots, so make sure you watch her there on the NFL Network. And Jane, skip the workout tonight. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna set the reset button on Friday, guys.
There you go.
Good for you.
There you go. Make sure you follow Jane on Twitter at Slater NFL. Jane, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate the time.
I'm thankful for you guys. I appreciate it.
Good
Thanks,
stuff.
Jane.
Jane Slater from the NFL Network on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. It's Wednesday.
Hump day.
It's a Wemby Wednesday.
It's a hump day.
You want to?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day. You can just leave if you want. We'll just do that the rest of the show.
Don't tempt me with that, man. I mean, like,
here we go.
Here we go. I mean, you've lost some enthusiasm.
Not at all.
That
was unexpected.
That wasn't 2 o'clock energy.
Hit me.
Hump day.
Hit me, pledge with the whole thing.
Here we go.
Day.
Yeah.
Guess what day it is? Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Here we go.
Hump day.
Good
Mike.
Lord.
What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump day.
It's also the day before Thanksgiving. We're only working 3 days this week, so we got to get 5 days worth of fun into 3.
Absolutely.
And there's 3 big games tomorrow in the NFL. There's games on Friday. We're doing prime picks on the Blitz next on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First of all, I want to tell you about Parkhurst New Vision. You want to go into the new year with new vision? Call my friends at Parkhurst New Vision. No better time to do that than right now. Set up a consultation with the fine folks at Parkhurst New Vision. All you need to do that is give them a call, 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. I had lens replacement surgery a little over 3 months ago, and the results are fantastic. I love the results, and I see better now than I have in 30 years. I see so much better now. My wife, Maggie, is going to see Parkhurst New Vision and get her vision corrected. We trust them. You can trust them as well. Call them at 210-585-2020. Set up a consultation. Have your questions ready. Ask them all. They will answer them. And I guarantee you, you're going to feel safe. You're going to feel secure, and you're going to love the results. And when you go in there, tell them your old buddy Joe sent you. Will you do that for me? It's Parkhurst New Vision, 210-585-2020.
Good times once again in San Antonio. I appreciate you. It is so good to be home. I needed San Antonio. I'm going to do the best I can to make sure that I give you guys a fire lead in.
It's the Jim Rome Show, back in the Military City, weekdays at noon.
Hey, Jim Rome here.
Have a take, San Antonio, and certainly do not suck.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call BS on that. Come on.
It's the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Get big savings and big rewards now during Provember at Lowe's. Right now, new and existing MVPs can get 50% off an NFL Plus premium annual subscription and get access to live local and primetime games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, and more. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. New and qualified returning NFL Plus subscribers only. Limited time offer. Promotional pricing applies to this year only. Plan automatically renews until canceled. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 11/30.
Yo, 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 what's up, party people? I'm Julie Foudy.
And I'm Lynn Ozawi.
We host the ESPN podcast Laughter Permitted, where we have candid chats with trailblazing women in sports and beyond.
We've talked with goats like Billie Jean King, Simone Biles, Mia Hamm, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Michaela Schifrin, just to name a few.
So grab a donut or 500 and check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Ally, who has supported us since day one. Laughter Permitted.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you are a family member and needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Hi, this is Bob Webster for my friends at Connecticut. Does your water have you seeing spots? I mean, literally. Are your glasses and dishware coming out of your dishwasher not as clean as you would like? Well, you don't need to change your dishwasher. That won't do any good. You need to change your water. You know, Connecticut's the only system that I've recommended for years, and it just for so many good reasons. I mean, our hard water here in South Texas leaves your dishes spotted, and worse still, you're probably drinking a lot of chemicals that they put in the dishwashing detergents these days. Get your water cleaned up by calling Chris Canepa and his team over at Connecticut. They will fix your water. They will literally get you off the bottle. Wouldn't it be nice to have good, clean, pure drinking water right out of the tap? Well, that's what Connecticut is all about. If you'd like to learn more about the best water softener in South Texas, you just call Connecticut at 656-PURE. That's 656-PURE, or visit them online at ConnecticutSA.com.
ConnecticutSA.com. With Black Friday savings all month long at the Home Depot, you get all the jingle bells and whistles you could wish for with LG appliances. With America's most reliable line of appliances per independent consumer study, you can take holiday doing to holiday done and always be ready to handle last-minute holiday guests. Save up to $900 on select laundry sets with Black Friday savings, including top brands like LG. At the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Shop Macy's Black Friday specials for amazing deals on gifts they'll love now while supplies last. Like 25% off Nike for him, her, and kids. 75% off fine jewelry. And 10 to 50% off select appliances from Black & Decker, Cuisinart, Instant Pot, and more. Plus, get it faster with store pickup. Now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply. Please note that stores are closed Thanksgiving Day.
Monday on R&R in the morning, the cast is back together. We are on the downhill slide toward everything that matters. Did the Cowboys win? How are the Spurs doing? Did the Aggies find a coach? Is Texas on the way to the playoffs? So many questions, so many answers coming to you Monday Back to the Blitz today. Jason and Joe, I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving and a wonderful Sunday, Monday, fun day afterwards. Hey, save me some of that wonderful pecan pie, Jason. And Joe, don't skimp on the green bean casserole. That's why you're here.
That's right, Rob.
Did he have eggnog this morning?
Sunday, fun day,
I don't
Monday.
know what was his cup.
I wouldn't have blamed him.
I walk in today. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll give you a second to go to the YouTube before I show you this. Things left in the studio by one Rob Thompson. I have a headless bobblehead.
A headless bobblehead.
And there's no base. I don't know what Rob did to bite the head off of the bobblehead. I mean, granted, I got the base of it here, and I guess not really a bobblehead, but a little figurine type thing. Is his head still around anywhere?
Should be over there. And it is a bobblehead.
Yeah, I
it's
think
just the head fell off.
There it is. Yeah. Well, I wonder if it's because his hands were slippery with his little Barbie lotion bottle here.
He's got Barbie lotion?
Well, I don't know. It was left here on this side. I'm assuming it's his. It's not yours, is it, Pledge?
No, it was his. He used it. It's potent.
So, yeah,
It is
well,
potent.
the little girl bottle of
Now, why don't
hand
you say
lotion.
what you actually called it earlier?
What'd I call it? I don't remember.
All right.
That was 4 hours ago. But I walk in here and I
grab the knob.
I get all of these nice little things from Rob Thompson. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. If you're not, if you're driving around, the little bottle of lotion.
He calls it girly lotion.
Girly lotion. And it's in a pink bottle with nice
like
little girly colors on
something
it.
you would steal from the hotel.
No. This is something you buy at one of those.
Let me see it. Let me see the bottle.
Well, so you'll know?
I got a 25-year-old daughter.
Well, I got 5 of them, and I've
but
seen a few of those bottles around the house in my day.
It's called Plumeria.
See?
Body lotion.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen this. All right. You didn't find that at a hotel.
No, Rob actually bought this. Maybe at
the convenience store?
At a CVS grab bin. You know how they work there, but it's nice little lotion there.
Well, you used
sweet.
it, stunk up the joint.
It was terrible.
And it smelled like PTs there for a while. Thought James Harden was going to stop by for an interview.
What he's going to smell like tonight. He'll have that glitter and perfume all over him as he takes on the Spurs.
Anybody want a headless bobblehead? We can give away 2 prizes. Somebody will get the body, somebody can get the head.
And we'll even throw in some lotion for you.
Well, maybe that's why the bobblehead broke.
That's what I'm saying. His hands were slippery.
While he was playing with the bobblehead?
He couldn't hang on to the head. You're looking to grab the knob, apparently.
I mean, what was he doing to make the head pop right off?
Well,
I mean, it's a clean break.
I've never seen it
now
pop
granted,
right off before.
Now, granted, I mean, because this literally, look at this. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a clean break.
Yeah.
So it does make me wonder at what point this morning, with James Pledger filling in for Rudy J, did Rob want to basically turn the car around, if you will, and then just instead snap the head off of the bobblehead?
6:04.
Took you a whole 4 minutes to piss him off?
Well, we got started late.
How do you get started late? You started at 6.
Ask him.
What was going on before you got started?
Wow.
I mean, we had 4 minutes of dead air?
No commercials.
Oh. All
right. Those morning guys.
Poor bobblehead.
Yeah, he's done.
Let's do Prime Picks.
Prime Picks on the Blitz.
All right, we normally do this on Friday, but it's Friday in our world.
It is.
It's Friday in our world. We're 30 minutes away from Thanksgiving break, if you can't tell.
Exactly right.
All right, lots of big games this weekend. Last week, Pledge won the week going 6-4. I went 5-5. Joe went 4-6.
Bad week, right?
On the year, Pledge is in the lead He's got a sizable lead on me. I got a 1-game lead on Joe overall. All right, let's pick games. Let's start with the game of the week, game of the year, maybe the biggest game in the history of UTSA football. They'll be playing on ABC, on KSAT, in New Orleans, Friday afternoon. Spot in the conference championship game on the line as they take on a ranked Tulane team.
I got to go with the hometown team. UTSA, find a way to win this game. Jeff Traylor.
I'm with you. And UTSA always seems to find a way. What scares me is Tulane also always seems to find a way.
Hey, and they're good.
And they've got a big-ass quarterback who just runs people over.
They're good. It's going to be a good football game.
I'm taking UTSA.
Me too.
I'm going to take UTSA as well. The Jeff Traylor stuff should be squashed by now. So they can go in full focus. Trey Moore is playing outside of his head this year, and Frank Harris looks like Frank Harris again.
Yes, he does.
Although I just wonder if Frank Harris knew. Friday's his last game in the Dome. Yeah, I mean, dude, he was incredible Friday.
He was unbelievable. But this is a game you live for if you're Frank Harris.
Absolutely.
A big game like this against a ranked opponent.
In the natural, long-standing rivalry on Thanksgiving weekend on the 40 acres. All right.
Jeez.
Anybody going to take Texas to lose? Anybody taking Texas Tech?
No.
Texas across the board.
Yes.
What used to be a pretty good football game, at one time they went to 87 overtimes. LSU and A&M. Anybody giving the Aggies a chance down in Death Valley?
Elijah Robinson is fighting for his job, I think. If he beats LSU, I think he gets strong consideration to keep that job. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm taking LSU.
I think LSU needs a big game by their quarterback, Jaden Daniels, a kid that I loved when he was at Arizona State. And he is a Heisman candidate. And if he really wants a trip to New York, I don't think he wins, but he can earn a trip to New York with a big game against the Aggies defense. I'm taking LSU.
Jaden Daniels playing for his Heisman candidacy. I'm also taking LSU.
The biggest game of the weekend with all the different rivalries, and there are some really good ones. Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan, without their head coach, I'm taking Ohio State.
Well, obviously they don't need their head coach. They've won 5 games without him this year.
But they haven't played anybody like this.
Okay. They're at Michigan. I'm taking the Wolverines.
You just hate Ryan Day.
I don't hate Ryan Day. I really don't like John or Jim Harbaugh.
Here's the deal. Because I like Michigan at home if Harbaugh was there. I think a game like this.
Oh, my God.
No, I honestly, I think a game like this, your coach's demeanor. I mean, I watched that dude cry after beating Penn State. How is he emotionally? When things aren't tight, I think this is where your head coach sets the tone on the sideline. When you need that, you've been in big moments decision. I think this is where a coach matters in a big game. They don't have it. Plus, I don't think Michigan can run the ball every play in the second half and beat Ohio State. They're going to have to throw the ball. I'm taking the Buckeyes.
Okay.
That, and they have Marvin Harrison Jr. So
now, there's that.
No,
Although,
fair enough.
didn't Michigan destroy Ohio State last year and they had C.J. Stroud and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
It was a close game, if I recall, wasn't it?
All right.
it was close late, but
yeah.
Michigan pulled away.
Yeah,
but
they did.
they had Jim Harbaugh.
Well, and Ohio State blames them for stealing signs.
Well,
for
they got
winning that game. Yeah.
A brewery created a beer out of
I
that,
know
so
it.
at least
I know
somebody
it.
will make money on it. They call it the Civil War. Oregon against Oregon State. Beavers are ranked. Their coach getting a new contract to stay there and not end up in Aggie land.
Ducks are the second best team in the country. I'm taking them.
Go Ducks.
Ducks are playing way too good.
All right, on to the NFL. New Orleans against Atlanta. This game in Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta sucks. New Orleans not much better, but I'm taking the Saints.
I'm taking the Saints in the we suck less than you suck bowl.
Yeah.
No Michael Thomas, and if Arthur Smith found out that they had Bijan Robinson last week, I think he continues to ride him.
Rams against Arizona.
You guys are just all over Kyler Murray. I know he's back, he's this, he's that. The Rams will beat Arizona. Kyler Murray remembers he's Kyler Murray.
Kyler remembers he's Kyler Murray, and he wins. they're a different team. They're playing at home, and the Rams offense without Kupp hasn't been good. The Rams haven't been that good. I like Arizona at home.
No Kupp, no run game. Give me Kyler Murray. That team's gritty, and Arizona's been in all their games. Yes.
They're gritty.
They were gritty against the Cowboys.
Shut up.
Well, they were gritty against the Cowboys, yes.
Right. Denver against Cleveland. Denver's on a roll. Sean Payton has that team playing great. Russell Wilson has been playing much better football. Cleveland's got a great defense. They don't have an offense. I'm taking the Broncos.
You know what else is on a roll, Minix? Baloney. That's what Denver is. Cleveland goes in. Their defense is too good. Russell Wilson, he's going to be in trouble. Cleveland pulls out another one.
Can you put Denver on the schedule every week? Because I know he won't take them.
I mean,
just because of Sean Payton, and he's too stubborn to admit that Sean Payton's doing a hell of a job with Denver. They're going to win this
job.
game.
You know who else is doing a great job? That Cleveland defense. Great job.
All right. So you're taking who?
Cleveland.
Oh, just checking.
Yeah.
Denver?
Denver.
I'm taking Denver. Anybody taking Washington tomorrow up there at Jerry World?
No.
No.
All right. I was going to make a Dolly Parton joke on the size of the margin of victory, but I don't think it will be that big.
What was
the game of the week?
38?
Speaking of double humps.
The game of the week in Houston.
Yes.
The Texans hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think Jacksonville's a much different team than the team Houston beat early in the season. I know Houston's playing well. Jacksonville's still the class of that division. They win this game.
Fletch?
I'm going to take Houston. Houston
of course you are.
Jacksonville.
No. Nobody needs your reasons because you always take Houston. Just like he always.
I don't.
Except when you don't. But I'm just saying. I agree with Joe.
Left getting in the way of a good story.
Jacksonville, if they're going to be the team that they think they are, that they say they are, they've got to go in and get this win. And the one thing about Houston is they never die. They're like a cockroach, and they have pulled out victories late if the games are close enough. I don't think Jacksonville will let them stay close enough. I'm taking the Jaguars to win, although I'm going to be rooting like hell for Houston. I just don't think Houston keeps this streak alive.
I don't really give a damn who wins the game, but I'm taking Jacksonville, so I don't care. Not a Houston fan.
You hate Houston.
I don't hate Houston.
You've literally said that earlier in the
city. Yes. The city of Houston, I don't like. The Texans, I like C.J. Stroud. I like D'Amico Ryan. Their time is coming. It's not this year.
Prime Picks on the Blitz. We do it every Friday or Wednesday on Thanksgiving week. Speaking of Thanksgiving, our friends over at Tri-County Meat Market are going to be closed tomorrow and Friday, back open on Saturday. And by Saturday, you're going to be sick of turkey sandwiches. You're going to want a great steak. Get into Tri-County Meat Market. Maybe you want to do some brisket, some ribs, a tri-tip picanha. Tri-County has everything you need with the quality you expect. And you could always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Two great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, online at tricountymeat.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gobble, gobble. It's a Thanksgiving tradition. The Cowboys collide with the Commanders in an NFC East battle at 2:30.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive.
He's still running to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-562-6363. That's 800-562-6363. 800-562-6363.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-613-7356 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-613-7356. That's 800-613-7356. What do you have to lose? Call 800-613-7356. Again, 800-613-7356.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season, so he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing,
Two things at once!
or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you switch to Boost Mobile, you can get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G and a pretty powerful way to get after it.
Like me, Tusi, a man who fell in love with music and fell on hard times. From writing songs in my room to sitting on top of the charts. All because I made poetry out of pain. And I always knew I'd be on the stage singing your favorite song.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone on America's largest 5G networks.
Boost Mobile. Get after it.
New customers only. Taxes extra. One device per line. 5G not available everywhere. Other restrictions apply.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo a new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are happening right now at Diamonds Direct. The last and largest store-wide sale of the year is in full swing with an extra 20% off virtually everything. That's in addition to Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable price. Check out our expanded selection. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets. Get the year's best price and ask about special financing too. Engagement rings, designer jewelry, diamond classics, all on sale. Get all the details and special holiday hours now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Do you like a certain amount of chaos?
Conflict is good.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess I do. I like healthy chaos. I don't like the BS.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This is the AA Best Bail Bonds Game Night San Antonio on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Every game night, the Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. Players, coaches, insiders. This is the AA Best Bail Bonds Game Night San Antonio.
Wemby for three. Quarter. And Wembanyama put him in the friend zone.
The pregame show starts now.
Spurs in action tonight. Clippers. It is Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. You're on the Blitz. He's Joe. I'm Jason on this Wemby Wednesday.
Problems are all solved, apparently. Devin Vassell's back, and well, they had a players-only meeting.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Tom Osborne is reporting Vassell ready to return tonight, but they did have a players-only meeting where Vassell says they addressed a lot of stuff. There's going to be changes.
What does that mean?
I mean, now, it was the Chicago Bulls that had a players-only meeting after the first game, which I thought was odd because, I don't know, you could have done that during training camp, right? But the idea that they're having a players-only meeting, you know, we had Doug McDermott the other day talking about leadership, especially as big leads were getting blown, that, you know, at some point somebody has to stand up and be a leader. And you can't just assign that. It's got to be natural. Is it Keldon? Is it going to be Devin Vassell, who's trying to be more of a leader?
He's playing tonight. That's a start.
Well, I mean, availability is key, is it not?
Yes, that is.
You know, quote, the elephant in the room is there are some points where we are up in a game, and once that starts transitioning, somebody has got to step up as a leader and help us get some stops, help us get a score, or just try to settle the team down. It's hard to do that when you are not out there on the court. Yeah, Devin. And if he's got injuries, I mean, you know, there are guys that are injury prone, right? You know.
And I'm afraid Devin is.
Well, I mean, to this point, what do you say? I mean, last year, hard to know if he was actually hurt or you were too good to be out there. You might win games, and that would go against the tanking rule. But availability is key. What was it? Bill Parcells, availability is your best ability?
Absolutely.
Right? I mean,
yes.
All right. And you can't be a leader if you're not out there. That makes sense. But I'm not a fan of player-only meetings. J.J. Watt on the Pat McAfee show not long ago was talking about when you hear a team is having a player-only meeting, uh-oh.
And if it keeps getting bad, players-only meetings coming right around the corner. Of course. How was the players-only meetings with you, JJ? You lead the way up there?
If you're at players-only meetings point, just go ahead and book your January vacations. I mean, just go ahead, get Cabo, get your flights lined up, because if you're having players-only meetings, it is over, buddy. I have never been in one where I came out of it and I was like, yes, let's go.
Figure it out.
Like if you're in players only meetings, like you're just literally kind of looking around like, oh, okay. So, and then this guy comes up with a super passionate speech and he's like, guys, we got to play for each other. We have to do this. And then this other guy's like, yeah, but we're not, it's the coaching, man. This is some stupid shit. And like, and then this guy over here is like trying to defend the coaches. And he's like, no, man, it's not them, it's us. And it is a nightmare.
Now, and granted, obviously football, yeah, if you're at that, you're planning your January vacation. Is it early enough in the season for this Spurs team to salvage anything? Some of the quotes in the Tom Osborne article in the San Antonio Express News. You know, Devin said, I think there's going to be changes as the year goes on, stuff like that. Quote, when I came into the league, I had a lot of older vets, and there was a lot of talking. There was a lot of discussing what was going on. And as young guys made this generation, even myself, we sometimes struggle to talk about things and we keep things in. And actually that last quote was from Collins. And, you know, but when I caught that, the older vets part, is it a mistake from the Spurs not to have more veteran guys in here to help the young guys along?
Yes, I think it is. And I said that in the offseason when they weren't doing anything. And then we were all decided, well, they're going to go with the young guys, see what they got, maybe wait. But look, Tim Duncan benefited greatly from a veteran-laden team when he was drafted way back in 1997. He had a bunch of vets that he could lean on, learn from. David Robinson, perhaps the biggest. And Wemby has none of that. He has none of it. He's got nobody on the floor that is out there helping him learn the game of basketball. that has been there for a while. You can talk about Vassell, you can talk about Keldon Johnson. Both of those guys, have been here for several years. And Doug McDermott, but you don't have somebody that can take him by the hand and say, this is how it's done. Let me help you. Obviously, Tim Duncan's probably been in the practice facility helping him there, but on the floor during the heat of battle, Wemby has nobody like that.
He does. And I want to make sure I correct myself. I read a quote and attributed to Vassell. It was actually Zach Collins. I just want for accuracy.
Yes.
Zach Collins, who also stressed there was no drama in the meeting, like people yelling at each other or frustrated. It was described as an opportunity for players to get things off their chest. And they should be frustrated. They've lost 9 freaking games in a row.
What are they getting off their chest? Huh? I mean, is it exactly what J.J. Watt said? Well, it's not us, it's Pop, or it's not us, it's you. Or what are you getting off your chest? I mean, I don't understand, unless you're blaming or pointing a finger at somebody.
Well, is the ball sticking somewhere? Somebody taking too many bad shots?
Wemby, maybe?
I mean, you do wonder. I mean, with a young team, without that veteran guy that could settle things down. Now, they've all said the right things with the amount of attention that Wemby gets, and they all know they can benefit from the attention that Wemby is getting and generating for everybody. But at some point, there is a little bit of jealousy because you're dealing with a bunch of young guys who are all studs. They're all young, rich dudes that think they're great at what they do, and they are. Hell, they're playing in the NBA. Very few on planet Earth get this opportunity. So you get a bunch of alpha males in there, and who wants to take the back seat, right? Even though they've all said the right thing, when you start losing games, that frustration, if you're winning, yeah, it's all good. But when you start losing and you've lost 9 in a row, I'm glad to hear that they're not just, we lost another one, man. The wins will come.
Yeah, well, that's what they say publicly, right? So I don't know. I don't know what happened in this players-only meeting, and maybe it'll do some good. I don't know. But the fact that Devin Vassell is playing, that helps. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But I don't know what you're going to say in a players-only meeting. Like, hey, guys, we got to play better. We got to, we need – when you're blowing 20-point leads and you're losing by 30, I'm not sure exactly that there's a quick fix for that.
Well, and look, it didn't help as far as a win goes because they had the meeting before the game against the Clippers. Although Zach Collins said that Spurs had a, quote, much better attitude in the game against the Clippers.
Well, you lost by 30.
Well, I mean, but they were better attitude about it.
And they accepted the ass whooping a little better than they would have before that, or what?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
You look at that and you sit there and you go, all right, another game with the Clippers. It will be interesting. And quite frankly, enjoying a little bit that you get Vassell back tonight. And you wonder how much that will do when you're playing a team that you just saw on Monday.
It might help a little bit. I mean, that could help, sure. I don't know how good the Clippers are. They've got all those, stars on there. They haven't played very well together. So, it helps. Certainly it helps. We'll see how James Harden, what kind of a couple of days he's had at the strip clubs. Maybe he doesn't play very well.
I mean, well, when was the last time he did?
Well, it's a good point. He hasn't. And then you got Westbrook, who's not playing all that great. Kawhi,
yeah.
I can't believe I just said his name.
Me neither.
Wow.
You all right?
Yeah, Deuce.
You're literally already on vacation, aren't you?
I guess so.
Jacob Eric on YouTube says, players only meeting, we suck.
Yeah, basically.
Frank Pateo says, Carissa Thompson reported that Pop says they need more offense and less defense.
Carissa, she brought it on herself, man.
That she did.
She did.
Good Lord. Spurs Clippers tonight. That's something to do as we look at what's on tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint.
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
Lots going on this long weekend. You can get your tickets, see the venue, the entire lineup at samsburgerjoint.com. Tonight on their stage, they have Anything Box. They're closed tomorrow. Slade Cleaves playing out there on Friday night. Patricia Vaughn, and Saturday, Donovan Keith on Sunday. Again, samsburgerjoint.com.
Now, this is a big party night. I know it is typically, right? The Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We mentioned Spurs Clippers out at the Frostbank Center. Travis Scott is at the Moody Center. Out at Green Hall tonight is Mike Ryan. Majestic Theater. Is it Into Cable?
Sure.
Is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Intalkable.
Intalkable. Well, that makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You'll be intoxicated before long.
Probably.
When you'll be intalkable at that point.
That's good for everybody.
On Friday night, John Wolf is out at Green Hall. Gary P. Nunn out at Floors Country Store. The Majestic Theater has the Kids Bop Never Stop Live Tour. That would be a great thing to do if you got your grandkids in town from Grand Junction, Colorado.
You know, it
take
would
a little
be, wouldn't it?
5-year-old down to see the Kids Bop kids.
They still serve alcohol for that, don't they?
Well, they do for the dads
That's
and
good.
the granddads.
That's outstanding. Maybe we'll go.
Yeah.
You never know. Hey, Saturday out of Freeman Coliseum. This sounds interesting. The San Antonio Sneaker Summit. Not sure what that is, but
that would be perfect for Rob, not for you.
Yeah, I'm not going. Floors Country Store, Red Shahan. Don't know who that is either. But I'm sure he's great if he's out of Floors Country Store. Dirty Dancing in Concert at the Majestic Theater Saturday night. Don't put baby in a corner, Minix.
Stop. Here we go.
Casey Donahue at the Green Hall. And the Redbird has Tom Gillum. Thirsty Horse, Josh Ward.
On Sunday, Matt Kirk is out at Green Hall. Texas and Wyoming playing at the Moody Center. Putting basketball in here now.
Wow. How about that?
Exactly. What's on tap? Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com. And, of course, you do have the Spurs playing tonight. As you look at the Spurs game tonight, I just look at the idea of what we're doing here with San Antonio. A 9-game losing streak. Get a win. Feel better. I mean, I know they lost 16 in a row last year when they were trying to lose games.
Yes.
Now it feels like they're trying to win. Go win.
But they were competitive last year. They were much more competitive last year than they have been this year.
If you want to make the games a little bit more interesting tonight, go download the Underdog Fantasy app, whether it's the basketball tonight, the football, starting tomorrow with the 3